Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, so today is a new day and of course I have another story time for you guys, but as you know I have a lot to do. So I actually have to go out this afternoon, so I was like, let me wake up early, get myself together. I'm gonna do my hair after this and I can just shoot out the door, but I still have like 2 to 3 hours before I have to actually get out the door. So I was like, let me get some stuff done, and while I'm doing that I'm going to be giving you guys a story time period. So I have a few things that I need to do, right? So I need to do my nails. I have like 3 nails on and these need to come off. I'm trying to get them off. I ran out of glue remover. I need to order some new ones. I use the Kiss nail glue off. Usually I just put it right here and then I can slip it right off. So I gotta get my nails done. I get these nails from Amazon. I love these nails. I'll drop the link in the bio, but these are my go-to. Like, I do have like different type of press-ons, but these are my go-to press-ons, like literally. And they're super cheap. They're like $7 for this whole pack, so it lasts me like a long time. What else I wanted to do? Yes, you guys remember this. So I showed you guys this in my last story time, and this is the second one. The first one I shipped off to the customer, and this one is going to be a drop off. So I'm gonna drop that off either today or tomorrow. And this baby girl right here, this girl right here, I need to work on her. This is a special piece. This is just the top part of it, and I haven't designed the rest yet, but damn, I don't want to tell y'all too much about this yet, but I do gotta finish this. I'm gonna finish some of this on camera with y'all, but I love this piece. Look at the back of it. Look at that. That's giving avant-garde, okay? They don't call me Hot Harris for nothing, okay? Hot couture type of thing, okay? Okay, follow me on Instagram, okay? Let me stop. I ordered these gems and I had started putting them on here and I ran out, so I had to order some more, and those came in the mail yesterday. So I was like, I need to just get this finished and get it out the way so I can make the rest of the outfit. So I want to do that. So my nails and that, and then y'all, I washed my red wig, and I washed a few other wigs too that I had, because I was like, I need to start switching it back up. And I have wigs here that I just haven't gotten out of the, what is it, the treasure box or whatever, where, you know, wherever we store our wigs. And I was like, I need to tap into my other hairstyles or whatever. So y'all see I got the bang on today, period. I want to do a natural hair care video with you guys, because y'all, I used to have really damaged hair. But when I was a baby, I had healthy ass hair. And then I started relaxing my hair, doing a whole bunch of stuff. My hair fell out badly for a few years. Then I went bald, grew my hair again. Oh, I got a story about going bald too. Grew my hair out again and was still damaged because I wasn't taking care of it. And then I spent the past 2 years really taking care of my hair. And my hair is so healthy and long. It's so crazy. So I'm going to do my next video when I do my next treatment, because I make my own treatment at home with aloe and all that stuff. I'm going to do it with y'all on camera so y'all can see my real hair, period. But I washed my red wig. She's smelling real good. Every time I wash her, she get lighter. Oh, she smells so good. The man them finna love to smell them. What did I just say? What was I just trying to say in another language or accent? Like, basically, like, my nigga finna like the smell of this. Like, it smells so nice. Y'all, if y'all not washing y'all wigs, wash y'all wigs, okay? The wigs will stink, okay? Not that my wigs stink, but it was getting real, like, stiff. Like, it needed to be washed, so I gotta finish drying and curling her and styling her. I also wanted to trim her, so that's what's on the agenda for today. It took me like 5 minutes to let y'all know what's on the agenda before the story time start. But before I even get to the first thing on the to-do list, right? So we got like 4 things on the to-do list. I need to put y'all onto a little tea, okay? I need to put y'all on a little tea, alright? Okay. the first thing I'm gonna start with is my nails. So let's just do that while I put y'all onto this Tia. Not put y'all to this, but put y'all onto this Tia. So I know a lot of y'all have seen my story time clingy, because there was a part 1 and then there was a part 2. So if y'all haven't tapped into that, tap into part 1 and part 2, okay? And then I gave y'all a little partial update in my creepy online story horror stories, but I didn't even want to give this situation 3 videos. I told y'all that I didn't want to give this situation no more energy. Y'all know where I left off. I had an employee at work who was my supervisor. She ended up becoming overly attached to me, doing too much, and then when I asked her for some space and boundaries, she started to use her hierarchy against me, caused a lot of drama in the workplace, to the point where I got into it with her, management, HR, everything. And then I ended up just quitting because I don't need this. I make money on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate, like I like having, do I like having a job? No. But I like having something on paper. You know what I'm saying? Because I make money because I'm a creator. But a lot of it, I have to, like, put on paper. A lot of money I make cash. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice to have that. But I don't need this. I don't need to go through this. I don't need nothing that's going to cause me any type of strife. Like, at all. Like, I don't need nothing that's going to cause me strife. Y'all probably like, what does she have on? I have on a muumuu. If y'all don't wear muumuus, y'all need to get into it. These are comfortable. My mom always gets me a lot of muumuus, and I love them. So yeah, I don't like to stay anywhere I'm not celebrated, I'm not welcome, where I have strife and adversity. And if y'all watch a few of my story times, I had a lot of adversity within this workplace, and it was such an unhealthy environment. And my other girlfriend that was there, she quit and everything. Like, she found, because she didn't like what was going on with her situation. So I was just like, yeah, it's time. That's God telling me I need to go from here, right? So long story short, if y'all want the details to that story time, y'all can tap into it. I'll probably put the links down in the bio. But that's for my new viewers. But for my viewers that know the tea, this tea is for y'all, right? So all my new viewers, give me like 5 minutes. Give me, if y'all want to fast forward past the tea to the next story time, fast forward. I should have told y'all that in the beginning because I like to rant a little bit. But fast forward 5 minutes so I could give my Haras dolls, because you know that's our new name. That's our new tribe name. So I'm finna give Haras dolls some tea about what's going on. So fast forward. Alright, so whoever stayed. Whoever quan can quan. I'm serious. Oh my god. Okay, I'm done. So let's get into it. So I left off quitting the job, washing my hands with the whole situation. I was done, right? Y'all know that. The other day, I was like, let me go through my comments, because y'all know I like to answer all my comments. There's some times where I do miss comments. Like, that's facts. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and act like I get to every single comment. Why is this camera so bright? Okay, that's better. That was burning my eyes. I'm like, oh my god, I'm blind. But, alright, as y'all know, I left the situation where it was at. I left everybody where they were at. And went about my business, okay? Because I like to mind a business that pays me, right? That's the type of person I am. So as your girl is minding her business and she's looking through her comments, I'm on YouTube Studio looking through my comments. I start seeing comments from like last week, right? So I must have missed it. I see like 3 different pages commenting on the clingy video part 1 and the part 2, talking about, oh, you're delusional, you're lying to your audience, you were the one who were attached to clingy. Do I look like somebody that can attach to somebody? My Capricorn introverted behind, who has 3 million and one things to do every motherfucking second of the day, could be attached to clingy from upstate Iowa, whatever, lack, girl, I'm not even going to entertain that. Nevertheless, I'm not even going to entertain that. Just talking ish underneath my stuff, talking about, oh, we're gonna take you to court, we're gonna sue you. Sue me, take me to court for my story time on my channel. Like, before we even discuss, because I'm not even gonna give this too much light, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of light. Put the light on it. Shine a light on it. Shine it, since they want so much attention right now. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was finna dox that bitch. I was going to dox her. That was my plan. But then my brother was like, no. My brother was like, don't give her no free promo. Don't give her no free promo. So I'm not gonna dox her. Some of y'all already know who I'm talking about. Some of y'all don't. The ones that know. The OG Haras dolls. And no, some of them caught on because I saw it in the comments. But nevertheless, right? I'm seeing all these hate comments in my stuff. And I'm just like, that's mad audacity, right? Because I'm looking at the time frame. I made the first clingy video entire month before I quit. I made that first clingy video in September, the ending of September. An entire month before I quit that job, right? I knew she watched the clingy video, and I told y'all she was gonna watch it, and a lot of y'all told me she was gonna watch it too. And cool, whatever. Me, I'm a person, I'm not really, I don't want to hear nobody having nothing negative to say about me. I don't care. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care how you feel about me. So if I was clingy and I felt like, first of all, I wouldn't have even been, if I was in clingy pace, I wouldn't even have been on her YouTube. Mind you, she's made a YouTube and I haven't been on it since I stopped speaking to her. Because I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what you're doing with your life. I don't care about none of that. I'm a person, I don't like guacamole, right? I despise guacamole. I used to eat avocados when I was younger with bread, and I used to like it. But as I got older, I have a texture problem. I don't like mushy stuff, so I don't eat stuff like mashed potatoes, avocado, stuff like that. So I don't like guacamole. And then they put all the onions and all that stuff in there. Smoked salmon, just saying it, I could die. Like, literally. Like, unalive me now. Like, I don't like stuff like that. So I say that to say, I stay the hell away from avocado. I stay the hell away from smoked salmon. I don't go near it. I don't even look at it. I don't even want to smell it, see it, nothing. So I don't tap into things that I dislike or does not serve me. That's all I'm trying to say. So clingy, why are you even on my YouTube channel when the whole dilemma between us is about you clinging on to me, sharing my social media with people in the workplace, violating and crossing my boundaries, and then when I ask you to respect them, you feel away and then start trying to mess with my livelihood at work by using your little supervisor authority that you're not even qualified for, that you got because your family, all of y'all are at work sucking cock all day long. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. Why are you on my page? Because I know you're going to be watching this. Because, let me just finish. I know you're going to be watching this. So why are you on my blood cleat page? Blood cleat, stink foot, dirty foot, big foot gal. Since you're Jamaican, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you like that, alright? Let me talk to you like that, okay? I love my Jamaican people. That's how I learned the accent. I love Jamaica. But let me talk to you like this. Like I'm your mommy, okay? Since their big diss to me was, oh, let me get to that. But they kept dissing me. But since I'm an old bitch, right? That's what you want to call me. They call me OD. Oh, you're 30. You're 30. They started writing you're 30 all over all of my videos, y'all. I don't even know if any of y'all caught it. But they was on my YouTube going crazy yesterday, okay? But let me talk to you like your mommy. Blood cleat, dirty face, stink foot gal. Okay? Why are you on my page? Why are you on my page? And that's why I say about Clingy is like, a lot of y'all said this about Clingy. Y'all was like, yo, the quiet, sneaky play victims ones, y'all the most dangerous ones, girl. You can fool everybody around you. You're not fooling me, girl. You're all bark. Well, you're no bark, no bite. And you think that you can use your victimhood to get people to rally up behind you against me? The big wolf? The big dog? You wanna romp with that big who? Bitch, what? I'm getting out of character. My dog looked up at me like, what's going on, Mom? Because Latte is just like me. Latte is worse than me. He likes confrontation. I don't like confrontation, but I'm always prepared for confrontation. You know what I'm saying? I'm always prepared for it. So, let me just get into the liquor story time. Yo, I'm already at 20 minutes and I have not started the other story time yet. This is crazy. But alright, let me just finish real quick, right? So, now... I'm so unserious because I'm laughing thinking about yesterday. So yeah, I gotta get the laughing jitters out of me because the way I cussed them out was too funny. Yeah, I was trolling the hell out of them, but let me stop. All right, let me grow up. They told me to grow up. I need to grow up. Let me grow up. Okay. So they're commenting all this stuff on my page, right? I'm reading it. I'm like, I know y'all got motherfucking nerves. And none of it is from Clingy's YouTube page. All of it is from like random YouTube pages. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just random pages that I've never seen before, never commented on my video before. So, of course, I go and block all them users, right? Well, I didn't block them, but you can just hide user from your channel, whatever the case may be. I don't really know how to block people on YouTube yet. Like, if y'all know how to block people on YouTube, let me know, because I don't know how to do it yet. I gotta Google it. So, now, as I see, like, the fact that they commented, like, 3-4 times on, like, multiple videos, I was gonna comment back to the pages, but I'm like, I'm not arguing with no Finsta. So, I'm like, I'm about to hit Clingy up. Like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I quit that job. And I knew she watched the video, like I said. That's what I was saying before I got sidetracked. Because, remember I told y'all, like, right after I uploaded the video, that's when she put the report out on me. It was like clockwork. It was not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So you still watching my page. You still watching my stuff. You sat through a 2-hour video of me talking about you. You're weird. I would never sit through 2 hours of somebody talking about me. That's weird. Girl, you didn't even want to sit through the conversation of me asking you to respect my boundaries, but you sat through 2 hours of me telling you about yourself. That's weird. That's weird. So, not only that, you sat through 4 hours of it because y'all watched both videos. Y'all were sitting down commenting on details about both videos. Sitting down through both videos. Y'all are weird. Y'all got nothing to do. Nothing better to do with y'all time. So nobody knew I was going to quit. Remember, I left them with a cliffhanger. Nobody knew I was going to quit. I used my sick hours and I did. So I'm looking at the time frame and the comments are from a week ago. So that means that when y'all finally realize, 'cause remember, even though I quit because they had to go through I went through HR and the HR had to go to them or whatever, and then they had sent me back. I had sent in my letter of resignation, and then they sent me back like my paperwork, whatever, saying that like I resigned or whatever. So y'all waited until y'all found out that I left the company. Remember, they probably thought I went to a different site, whatever. They not knowing what's going on because I went through HR. I went through the people in Cali. I didn't go through the New York organization. So that information has to be sorted out and migrated. And then by the time it gets to y'all little ones, you know what I'm saying, in the company, it's just gossip. So it has to go through a whole transition. So I guess y'all finally heard that I don't work for the company anymore. Y'all finally realized that I wasn't just somewhere else. I'm just not working for the company. So y'all wanted to come and show face because y'all didn't have to see me at work. But y'all want to come on my platform and show face. You're not coming on my platform to do no type of violating of me. A lot of people are going to have to learn the hard way, bro. As much as I smile, as much as I got dimples, I'm a Capricorn. I'm not an easy target. I'm literally Blair from Gossip Girl. I'm not afraid to be stern. I'm not afraid to be Mrs. Okay? Mrs. Okay? And I treat people how they treat me. So if you come on my platform and you show me love and respect, you're going to get nothing but love and respect. But if you come on my platform and you want to romp with the big dog, you have to get romping too. You got what I'm saying? So I'm not letting nobody come on my platform to violate me. That's not happening. Not on my Instagram, not on my YouTube, not on my Twitter, nothing. All of this is my freedom of speech. Every single last one of these social media platforms is my right and my freedom of speech. You don't like it? Get from over here. Guana, what are you doing here? I don't go nowhere. I don't eat guacamole. I don't eat smoked salmon. I don't eat mushy stuff. I don't go near the things that I don't like, bro. I'm not understanding. Like, I don't work for the company anymore. What are y'all doing on my social media? And like I said, I block Clingy on everything. I don't know how to block people on, YouTube yet. But it's kind of like Clingy. I'm sure you unsubscribed from me. I unsubscribed from you the day we fell out. I'm sure you unsubscribed too. I don't keep count. I don't know. But I'm sure you're not subscribed. And the fact that it was 3 different pages that came to my page is like, you sending people to my page. You're sharing my social media. You're still doing the things that I asked you not to do. You're still, that means that you never, number one, you never understood where I was coming from. That was obvious. And you obviously don't respect it, because if I fall out with somebody about violating their boundaries, why would I continue to do it? Even after the fact. I'm not even working for this company anymore, and you're still violating my boundaries as a civilian, as just a person in this world. I'm no longer your colleague. Like, Clingy, I don't know if I gave you the idea that, because now I got to talk to you, woman to woman, because you're not a child. Even though everybody want to treat you like a child, I'm going to get to that. But even though I may have made you feel like comfortable, baby girl, like, we don't frequent in the same circles. We don't live in the same areas. We don't share anything in life together. The only thing we shared was that place of work. Detach. Uncling me. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you nothing, bro. This is weird. This is weird. So after I see all the messages, I hit up Clingy. I'm like, I have from my iPad, right? Mind you, I hit her up. I hit her up from my iPad. My iPad is connected to an email address, as you know. So I'm like, I don't know why you have people coming to my page, leaving comments, trying to violate me under my stuff. Like, here you go again. Like, you have people leaving comments, you're 30, you're 30, you're 30. What? Why is that y'all big as this to me? Is me being 30? What, because Clingy's 25? And guess what? You were the 25-year-old who don't know herself. Because I've seen I hang out with people who are younger than me. I hang out with people who are my age. I hang out with people who are older than me. I am 30 years of age, and I am grateful for that. God saw fit for me to be here 30 years. I'm motherfucking blessed and highly favored. The way people are dropping like flies out here, no offense to the deceased. The way people are dropping like flies out here, yeah. The way femicide, especially in the black community, is at an all-time high, yeah. I'm blessed to be here healthy, more wise than I was when I was younger, more wealthy than I was when I was younger, more educated, more inspired, more ambitious, more resilient, more courageous, more confident. I'm in my journey, baby. Don't worry about me. Because I wasn't the one telling the next person, I can't wait to look like you when I'm 30. Girl, there's videos on YouTube everywhere. Y'all 25, 21, 22, 23, 24-year-olds looking 40 every goddamn day. No offense, I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying? I still get ID'd at the liquor store. I still get ID'd at the casino. Like, my age will never be a diss to me, baby girl. I don't ever want to be in my 20-somethings again without the knowledge that I have now. If God said, hey, you could repeat your 20-somethings again, but you can't take none of this knowledge with you, I'm gonna keep up that. God, you could have them 10 years, baby. Keep them 10 blood cleat years, them lessons. Blood cleat, you have to be resilient. Blood cleat, no thank you. I'm good on my journey. I hate when people try to make you feel ashamed of who you are. Everybody's gonna age, and you better be happy and you better be blessed that God allows you to. That's how I be talking about people be fake Christian, blood cleat Christian, yeah. Blood cleat fake Christians, because I don't even want to get into religion in this channel, but hypocrites, bro. Hypocrites. Like, and then like you have older sisters and you're around other people. Like, I'm not the only person that you were. I'm not even your friend, girl. I was your colleague. Like, stop worrying about my age. Stop worrying about me. Whatever. I digress on the age part. But y'all commenting that all over my page like it's supposed to be a diss, like it's supposed to offend me. And usually when people have plex with you, they come on your Instagram page. Why are y'all on my motherfucking YouTube? Why are y'all on my YouTube? I did a story time. So what? It don't have your face. It don't have your name. It don't have nothing. It's a story time, girl. I have the right to do whatever I want on my page. If you don't like it, don't come over here. You're not going to come here and tell me to take down my video because you don't like that it's about you. You should have never been here listening to it. And the only reason why you feel like it's about you is because you resonate. Your blood clean, that you stink for girl. You resonating is not my problem. If the shoe fits, you should have had a better experience with me. You should have gave me a better experience. People have good experiences, but I haven't spoken about them yet. There are a lot of people that I no longer speak to, but we didn't have bad experiences. Like, they didn't violate me, I didn't violate them. Stuff is amicable. Oh shit. But you see girls like Kingy, that shit don't have nothing to do with age. You're not mature. You're not. So after I wrote her, like, don't send people to my page, because if you really want, I would really embarrass you. Like, I would really put your business out there. Because I know tea. Like, Clingy, I know tea on you, girl. I know your tea because you gave me your tea. And I haven't spilt your tea yet because I don't really care about your tea. That shit don't have nothing to do with me. But it's funny, though. It's funny when you know people real tea in real life. And you see how they react to situations that they're going through in their immediate life with people that they're actually connected to, and how they move with you, right? And the reason why I say this is because, boom, I wrote you telling you stop sending people to my page, right? She didn't write back. All of a sudden, mind you, I told you it was an email. I didn't write her from my number. And then I didn't write you from my number. I wrote you from my email on my iPad. Then I started getting text messages from her boyfriend, who also worked at the job, and her sister, the one that didn't even come to her birthday party, the one that doesn't even like you. Clingy, she doesn't even like you. You told me that. I've seen it for myself. She told you to your face. She didn't even come to your birthday party. She chose her nigga over you. Blah blah blah. He violated. He put cameras in your house. You really want me to spit the tea? You really want me to like, don't make me. Don't get me upset. Don't get me upset. Because I am unhinged, okay? I be telling everybody, I pray every day to not be unhinged, to be hinged. If I wanted to be a menace in people's lives, I can do that very motherfucking well. If I'm going to come out here and be Mrs. Bitch, I could do that very well. If I wanted to come in here and be the villainess of the villain, just, I can do that very well. I choose not to. I choose to walk in my faith. But don't think that you're going to come over here and mistreat me, right? So, I'm getting irate, y'all, because this is what they end up saying to me, right? So now her boyfriend writing me. So now I told you Clingy ain't right back. So now it's her boyfriend and her sister, because I recognize their phone numbers. They writing me like, oh, don't be writing Clingy. Don't say nothing to her. We're going to go to the police about you. You're harassing her, blah, blah, blah. Did this, that, and the third. I'm like, bitch, harassing her. Like, girl, stop sending people to my social media. The only person first of all, I gave you my Instagram, Clingy. And then when I was giving your sister my Instagram, she already had it because you gave it to her without my permission. I let that go. You started giving other people at my job the Instagram and my YouTube. Your boyfriend one day started following me on Instagram out of nowhere, and I had to block him immediately because I never gave him my Instagram. And y'all already know from the story time with the assault, I'm posted right here if y'all didn't tune in. A lot of y'all watched that story time. How I told y'all I felt about my friends' boyfriends even having me on social media, even being around me to a certain capacity. I don't like that shit. I'm traumatized. You already know that. I don't want none of my friends, niggas following me. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. I don't want to deal with none of that. I even have other story times about, I didn't get assaulted like that story time, but just weird interactions with my friends, niggas. And I stay far away. As soon as I see my friend nigga, oh, I'm out the door. Like, girl, I won't even stay in your house with you, with your man there, bro. It's not giving that. It's not giving that. Yeah, if y'all watch that story time, then y'all know. So, you're just giving, granted, your sister and your boyfriend had my number from, like, working together and then, like, your birthday, whatever, etc., whatever. So, whatever, they text me. They hit me up, like, oh, don't be harassing Clingy, blah, blah, blah. They're the guard dogs. But number one, Clingy, where was your sister for your birthday? Because you were crying to me at work a week straight. Oh, I think my sister's not going to come to my birthday. I think she's going to choose her boyfriend over me. And she did. And then you spent the week after your birthday crying about her not coming. Girl, like, where was that energy, sister? Where were you then, sister? Why weren't you there for your sister's birthday, sister? You feel me? Like, stop playing with me. Now you want to come at me? Then her boyfriend want to come hit me up talking about, oh, you're 30 and you're trying to bully my girlfriend. You're a harlot. This, that, and the third. Oh, I'm a harlot. I'm a harlot. Now I'm a harlot. Because before you got my Instagram, you only ever used to see me in work attire. Fully covered, wrapped up and everything. But then niggas gave you my Instagram. And then you're looking at me in bikinis and stuff. Your little meat getting hard, right? Your little is spiking, right? That's what I be talking about. That's what I be talking. That's exactly what I be talking about. Blood clit. Nah, y'all can watch this video and be like, yeah, this guy's crazy. But nah, I'm having so many different type of emotions all in one. Like, now you're calling me a harlot and you're trying to talk about the way I dress on Instagram. And I'm the one harassing people. Me, I'm harassing you by telling you to stop. Stop coming into my realm. Leave me alone. There's no... Me and Clingy don't have nothing mutual, girl. Literally, we'll never cross paths again. I promise you that. I know that for a fact. Only way we'll cross paths is if God wants. But as long as I'm in my journey, girl, you don't fit. Because where I met you, I wasn't even supposed to be there. It was something that I did for certain obligations I had to, like, handle, not even money-wise, paperwork-wise. Because I make more money when I'm not working a 9 to 5. Because I get to work, make more shit and sell more shit. You get what I'm saying? So, since I've left this job, I've made more money than when I was working there, and it's pissing me off kind of, because all I'm thinking in my head is like, damn, if I would have quit sooner, my money would have been looking like. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, so now you got your sister and you got your boyfriend trying to sit here, come at me, violate me. Because not only were they texting me all that, oh, you harlot, and then we're going to the cops and this and that, stuff like that. Then I started getting notifications on YouTube. They started making their own little videos about me from the same pages that was commenting. Remember, I didn't block them. I just hid users from my channel. But they and typed my full YouTube name so I could see the videos. And I'm watching the videos they're making about me. And it's like, it don't work like that. That's not how this works. Clinky. Unfortunately, it's not. And then, yo, her boyfriend was like, you on YouTube talking about my girlfriend. You only making 43 cents. Okay. You're never going to trick me into telling you how much money I have, but okay. So if I'm only making 43 cents, why is your girlfriend going so hard trying to be a YouTuber now? YouTube been about. Like, as much as y'all want to sit here and baby her, like, this girl was my supervisor, which means that she oversaw me and other employees. But now y'all crying about, oh, you're older than her and this and that. Why wasn't nobody crying about the maid and the security guard in their 40s and 50s bullying me? No one was crying about that. And how am I bullying you? By telling you to get from over here and stay the fuck away from me. Is that how I'm bullying you? Is that what's going on? Like, I hate when people throw rocks and then when you ram that truck right through their house, now they mad. Now they calling for the popo. Call the popo hoes. Call the motherfucking popo. Why are y'all over here? And y'all not even that smart, bro, because y'all using the same avies that were commenting on my videos a week ago. Y'all using them same avies to now post videos, tag my page and stuff about me. And they're together looking like idiots. And Clingy's not trying to be seen. It's like, girl, if you were smart, you wouldn't even have your sister and boyfriend even doing this for you. Y'all look dumb. Y'all look so dumb. They're messaging me. Like, I'm talking about they flooding me. Like, oh, you look dumb. And that's why karma's going to hit you. That's why your YouTube is going to fail. That's why we're going to report your pages. Then do it. If you can take something from me, obviously it's because you gave it to me. So take it now. Take it. Like, take what you gave from me away. Take it. I don't know if people are, I don't know what it is. Why do people feel like they have any authority over your life? You have no authority over my life. And I quit this job now. This is what, I think this is the 3rd full week since I worked there. Since I stopped working there. And y'all are still trying to have authority over me in my life because y'all didn't know I was, what I told y'all they was gonna plan some shit for me. And this is what all this is. They're irritated because they found out I quit. Them niggas they thought I was gonna stay at the job and they was gonna plan some shit for me, get me fired, humiliate me, blah blah blah. But I hit the reverse Uno on that pitch. Press play for me. Press play, big booty. Press play if you got a big booty. Yeah, harlot. That's right. Alright, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. So, after 30 minutes, I told you I'll come back in 5 minutes, but after 30 minutes of talking ish on this video, what ended up happening, yeah, they was just commenting, trying to like talk about me, talking about my YouTube, my Instagram, telling me that, oh, they're going to, oh, they'll see me in court, we're gonna see you in court. Like, why do you think you're about to sue me for my story time? Yo, people always want to silence black women. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And it's like, y'all don't feel retarded. Y'all are literally harassing me. I don't work at this job. And y'all are stalking my social media. And y'all are going full attack on me. And Clinky the whole time, she still hasn't answered the message. She's not saying anything. She got her little Wolverines, her boyfriend and her sister barking at her. But when they said the thing about going to the cops though, I'm just like, y'all going to the cops? So when you told me that, because now I'm gonna spill tea, right? So when you told me that your sister's boyfriend was beating on her, and I'm not making fun of that because I've been in situations, domestic violence, where I was abused and I was the abuser. Okay, so not in a sense like, oh, like abused, but like basically like if a nigga got out his mouth with me, yeah, I'll pop a nigga in his mouth sometimes. Like, I'm not like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I've learned to control myself because you're not supposed to put hands on people. I don't put my hands on nobody unless they put their hands on me. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson then. But I say that to say, like, I'm not making fun of that. That's most of our stories. And that don't have anything to do with race, color, nothing. There's no discrimination against domestic violence. It's sometimes everybody's story. So, but when that happened and you tried to intervene and he also put his hands on you. Big bad wolf boyfriend. Big bad wolf boyfriend. Okay, you the big bad wolf. Why you didn't go punch him in his face? Huh? Why you didn't go deal up on him? Oh, why I didn't call the cops then? Okay, well, how about when you told me, since we spilling tea, since you got your sister and your boyfriend harassing me on my page, since we spilling tea, how about you tell your sister and your boyfriend to take her boyfriend to court for putting hidden cameras in y'all house? So y'all going in and out the house, walking around nude, in and out the shower, living y'all normal lives, and there's hidden cameras in there. Isn't that the reason why you moved in with your boyfriend? Because that was what was happening when you was living with your sister? And said boyfriend is still in y'all life, still going to family reunions and gatherings. You're not happy about it, granted. I wouldn't be either. But you're not plexed enough to stop it. So why do you think that you're about to sit here and come on my platform and silence me and stop me and try to talk about you're about to go to the cops for me and you're about to go to court for me and all this stuff like that and harass? Bitch, why would you skunk? Let me give you enough time. Yo, that sounded like Chinese and Jamaican and Spanish all in one. I don't know what that sounded like. But nevertheless, that was what was going on recently. So I was under attack, y'all. And they about to go to the feds about your girl. The feds. But I just say that to say, I say that little rant that it wasn't even supposed to be as long as this. Like, this is crazy. But that's what's going on. Like, it's just crazy how people will really like try to have like so much like power against you, and it's like instead of just walking away and just letting go, they can't help it. Which what happened yesterday was a clear example of the whole Clingy video. Literally, you're attached to me in the weirdest way, and you're trying to maintain an attachment. I feel like she's never going to stop watching my fucking YouTube channel. Never going to stop viewing my Instagram. I feel like and it was so funny. One time my homegirl, she was asking me, would I rather give like a guy my Instagram or a phone number? And I was like, my phone number, facts. And she was like, oh hell no, I would never give a guy my phone number, blah blah. And I was like, girl, you give somebody your social media, they have that shit for life. As long as your social media is active, they have it. Even if you block them, they hold on to your Avi. People do not forget people's Avi once they're attached. So I know this to know because I have an ex of like freaking 5 years. Every year on my birthday, he hits me up from a different page. It doesn't matter how many times I block him, and he hits me up with some bullshit. So it's like it's people are never gonna stop watching you. At least with my phone number, I can change my shit. You feel me? I can have a different phone number, and somebody named Bruno can have my phone number tomorrow. It's that easy to disconnect. So I feel like because I connected with freaking damn, I forgot her name. Oh, because I connected with Clingy on a social media level, she's gonna forever be on my top. So yeah, that's what happened. Clingy, you're a dumbass. Girl, move on with your life. You're annoying. Leave me alone, please. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you do. Just stay off my page. Stay out of my realm. And do you. If anything, you should have took the advice that I gave you in the video where I told you to focus on yourself. All this time, like, it's crazy because you had your boyfriend and your sister has YouTube all of a sudden. Why weren't they bigging up and sprucing up your YouTube instead of leaving all these comments and engagement they left on my page that they gave me? They could have gave that to you. They could have just given it to you. Y'all just wasting time and energy because I don't care. Do I look like somebody who care? I care about shit I got going on. Do I look like I care about what you got going on, Clingy? I don't care. Leave me alone. You're annoying me now. Like, the fact that I quit, and a lot of y'all was saying, oh yeah, quit, free yourself, quit. Am I really free? Like, this is crazy. How can I free you? How you gonna free yourself from motherfucking people like that? I'm thinking I'm in a whole new chapter. It's so crazy because me and my other coworker that also knows her, I don't know if they talk like that. I don't talk about her with her, but we went out for Halloween. You know what I'm saying? And I know Clingy was probably watching her stories, watching me on her stories go out, and it's kind of like, girl, like, I remember that coworker was asking me like, oh, you know, like, do you even think about the job? I'm like, girl, I don't even think about the job. That's so crazy because literally I had so much to do when I quit that as soon as I quit, I literally started tackling everything I had to do. And then after I started tackling everything I had to do, other stuff started just coming up, other opportunities, other things to do. So literally these past 3 weeks has been a whirlwind. I haven't even sat down and made a schedule for myself, which I need to do. I need to make a schedule because now that I'm working at home for me now, I need to make a schedule and stick to it because I'm not about to just be winging it and just doing procrastination stuff. Like, I need to make this like my 9 to 5. I need to make sure I have like a certain amount of stuff done every day for different stuff, especially for my brand. So I haven't even gotten a chance to do that. So the last thing I'm thinking about, Clingy, is you. Leave me alone. You, your freaking, your boyfriend, your fucking sister, leave me alone. Y'all got bigger fish to fry. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm done. Yo, they say, girl, you don't got no nails done. You told us to come back in 5 minutes. It's freaking 45 minutes to an hour later. And you still haven't gotten started with the story. So, let me put on some lip gloss because I'm about to get started. Okay, Latte's here. Say hi, Latte. Okay, so Latte's here. And Latte's like, alright, I'm about to help you get on with the story. Latte, don't catch none of this pins. Okay. Latte don't like y'all. He went back to his bed. But alright, you guys. So the story starts off like this. And I'm so unserious. It's because I took an hour to start it. But I don't feel like making another video. Like, it's just gonna be weird because I already talked certain ways. Like, so I don't want to confuse you guys. So the story starts off like this. And when I say the story starts off like this, y'all know it's finna be what? It's finna be motherfucking juicy. Okay, squish, squish, juice. Squish, 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 juice. And before we get into the story, if y'all want to know how it ended, I cussed them out bad. I gave them one good cussing and I blocked all of them. And then I remember they were like, oh, look at you. your phone is off, you're writing through an email, you're broke. Like, girl, I'm writing through an email because I changed my number and I don't want y'all having my number. What the hell? I just always change my number. I change my number all the time, but girl, whatever. But yeah, it was so funny. I cussed them out in like a trolling way, and they were getting so upset to the point where they started FaceTiming my iPad. Like, they were ODing. Like, when I tell you I was laughing so bad, me and my homegirl was in tears because they over there mad, pissed as hell. And I'm trolling them and laughing. And then I trolled them for like what, like 10, 15 minutes, and then I was over it. I blocked them, went about my business. But yeah, let's get into the story, y'all. So today's story is about Kitty. I don't know if y'all know who Kitty is, but I mentioned Kitty like slightly in my brother's story time. I'm gonna add it right here. So I talked about Kitty briefly in that story time, but I never really talked about the full history, friendship of me and Kitty, and it was a lot. So some of y'all may know who Kitty is from that story time, but I'm just gonna go ahead and present her as a whole new character here so that all my new subscribers or people that didn't watch that video know tea, right? So Kitty, she already has a name. I named her then. And she was a friend of one of my ex-boyfriends, right? So I had an ex-boyfriend, and I had a very, I don't even know what the word, very toxic relationship with this person. So I'm not even gonna go into too much detail about him, but the story is just gonna revolve around her, and he's gonna kind of like tap into the story here and there. His name is Trini. I had named him Trini in that story time too, so they both already have names. Y'all know my last story time I was going crazy with the names because I kept saying everybody real names, so I was getting real dyslexic, like what, who I named, who named what. So yeah, so this is how everything started with me and Kitty, from the time we met to the time that we stopped talking. So I remember one day when I first started dating Trini, we weren't really dating, we were like talking or whatever the case may be, and he invited me out to a party, an event. So I get to this event and he was like, yeah, I'm here with my homegirl, I'm here with, you know, my brother, whatever, I'm here with some people, whatever the case may be, pull up, come through. So I pulled up to the event and I meet Kitty. Kitty was one of the homegirls that was there. When I got to this event, I'm not a mixy person, so I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I don't mix. Like, I don't go out, do all that stuff like that. People like Kitty and Trini or whatever, they used to mix up a lot, like in the festivities. Me, I'm an introverted person, so I don't go out that much. So when I met Kitty, and as soon as she saw me, she's like, I know you, I follow you on Instagram, whatever. I was shocked that she knew me because at that point in time, I had stopped doing custom design. As you guys know, I was on my hiatus. I had stopped sewing, and I didn't really think people, I knew people had knew me for designing like maybe like a year or two back or whatever the case may be, but I didn't think that people like knew me. And then I don't really keep track with like who follow me or whatever. I only really follow like fashion pages, pet pages, and people that I meet directly and have like a relationship with or something like that. So, or people, sometimes some of my YouTubers, y'all come on, I follow some of y'all that like really interact with me a lot, etc. So I didn't know who Kitty was because I never had any interactions with her, but she said she knew me and she followed me. She even pulled up my Instagram like, I follow you, you designer, whatever. So I was kind of hyped. I was like, oh shit, like people still know me for designing, whatever. So I love that she already like, you know, liked me, knew me, whatever the case may be. So we automatically clicked. So now that we're clicking, we're hanging out with each other outside of like me and my ex and stuff like that. Like I said, me and my ex at that time, we were just talking. We weren't like together. We were just like messing around. So, so unbeknownst to me, I didn't know Kitty was what you would call, I would say, hood famous in some regard. Like she was very popular like on social media. Like she had like 100K like followers. Like her shit was up, like, you know what I'm saying? She was really like outspoken. She has a very like fun, exciting personality, like really a great like character like for just like to be around, to be on the internet. Like at the end of the day, even though I don't like things that happen between me and Kitty, overall I still think she's a dope person. Like I do. So I'm not gonna say I like everything that happened, but there's some people where I'm like, oh, I don't like them, like at all. Like clingy, I don't like you, like. But there are some people that even though I'm no longer in a friendship with, I still think that they're like dope as fuck. So me and Kitty start hanging out with each other. We're having like a good friendship, etc. As I explained in my brother's story time, me and Kitty ended up going to this party. She took me to this party. Me and her ended up going to have dinner with each other. Then she took me to this party. And when we got to this party, I ended up meeting my ex's brother. I didn't know it was his brother at the time. That was his half brother. He ended up like hitting on me. I ended up liking it a little bit. At the time, I had my own boyfriend. And remember, I was only messing around with Trini, but I wasn't really with him. And I remember Kitty, like, after the fact telling me, like, girl, that's, you know, so-and-so. I don't think that you should, like, mess with him, talk to him, whatever. But unbeknownst to me, I still kind of, like, that's a whole different situation. If y'all want to check that story out, check it out. But that's what happened there with me and Kitty. So the reason why I'm going to title this, I don't know what I'm going to title it exactly, but we're talking about like how these dogs, we're talking about how, you know, your man's friend, you know what I'm saying, is not your friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even just saying that when it comes to the men. Like, of course we know as women that a man's friend is not your friend. If he tries to be your friend and look out for you, it's because he has a thing for you, he likes you, and he want to make some move on you. So you need to stay away from that too. And if he's not looking out for you and having any type of personal interactions with you, he knows that your man is doing a lot of things that he shouldn't be doing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like a man's friend is never going to be your friend. Like, that could be as cordial, as cool as you want. That's his friend. Don't ever try to mix the two. But when it comes to women as men friends, I feel like the same applies. And I don't know why I thought that me and Kitty, I call her Kitten, me and Kitty was gonna be good friends, being that I did meet her as my ex's friend. And mind you, they weren't just regular friends. Like, they went to like grade school with each other and everything. So like they knew each other from like way back. She knew not just him, she knew his whole posse, and he knew her friends. He already done dated her friend before. Like, there was already a big mix in there, and I'll get more into that, right? So I just say that to say that a man's friend is not your friend. Don't ever mistaken it. Don't get it twisted. None of that. And I definitely had got it twisted. So that happened, you know, the whole situation with the brother or whatever the case may be. So me and Kitty are still friends. Fast forward maybe like a month or 2 months down the line, me and Trini start actually dating. Like, we actually get into a relationship. I remember when we initially got into the relationship, Kitty, like, she had mixed feelings about it, because when he was around, she would act like, oh, like, you guys are so cute together, blah blah blah. But like, when we would be like together as friends, me and Kitty, she would kind of like throw little like pieces of information or opinions about the relationship out there. Like, she would mention asking like, oh, do you think he's ready for a relationship? Because when he was with my friend, you know, this is how he treated her, this is how things went down between them, whatever. Like, basically putting me on to game. But how I felt was kind of like, I'm a different girl, okay? Not saying that Trini ended up treating me right in the end, but I also feel like what experience one girl may have with a guy is not going to be my experience, because I'm a different woman and I bring different stuff to the table. Not saying anything about her friend, even though her friend was, I ain't gonna say much, but side-eye, bombastic side-eye. I just feel like I don't like to go off of people's opinions about other people. I am not a sheep. I like to see things for myself. I like to experience and learn for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I grow. That's how I'm strong. That's how I learn how to handle situations. That's how I become wise. So you can sit here and warn me, but sometimes people are liars, or people perceptions isn't always reality and stuff like that. So I try to just kind of have my own experiences when it comes to things. And at the end of the day, the problems that her, you know, friend had with Trini, I didn't have those problems with him. Me and his problems, I'm not gonna say it was my fault, but I am gonna say I ignited it. Even though I'm not gonna say that I agree with the situation and how it turned out between me and Trini, I do believe that if I didn't make certain selfish decisions or I didn't respond to selfish behavior with more selfish decisions, I do think that he would have maintained how he, I don't even know how to say it, whatever. Nevertheless, I don't even want to get into that because I don't want this to be about Trini. Trini the blood clean. So now, yeah, so she always had mixed feelings about, like, you know, how she felt about the situation between Trini and I, but she always kept it cool and cute. I ended up throwing a birthday party for Trini, and I invite Kitty. Kitty asked me if she can bring his ex-girlfriend, which is her best friend, to the party. Mind you, like, to my knowledge, Kitty and his ex-girlfriend weren't friends. Like, they had their own little beefs and dilemma. Like I said, their little circle was already, like, formed before I even got into the mix. So they had their own little shit going on. And I thought that they weren't even talking. So when she asked me if, like, the friend could come, I was just like, I mean, it's a surprise party for my boo, and I don't know, like, did they end on bad terms? This shit is good. You know, I'm trusting her judgment because she's his friend. And she kind of helped me invite most of the party guests there too. So she was like, no, they're not on bad terms. I was still a little conflicted because I'm just like, girl, you told me he mistreated her. Now you saying they're not on bad terms. So either this girl is trying to get him back, or she's a sucker, because I don't go nowhere. I'm not celebrated. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, if she want to come, I guess she should come or whatever. So I had an all themed. This was the first thing that Kitty did that I really didn't like and I felt like was shady. And I didn't realize it was shady until Trini presented it to me because he was upset with me. So I had, remember, Trini, he was Crip. Like, I'm not talking like, no, like, regular Crip. Like, he was like really, like, Crip, like, gangster, like, you know, I like me some gangsters. Where the heck niggas at, okay? Because I'm out here in Miami looking for my baby daddy. Like, I used to love me a little hood booger. Not no more. Not no more, but I used to. So I had a Crip themed birthday party. I'm talking about I had Crip balloons. I had a Crip cake, Crip cupcakes, glitter blue chocolate covered strawberries, Crip napkins. Well, not Crip, but paisley print blue balloons. Like, the whole decor. I decked out. We had it in his friend's penthouse. His friend was living in a penthouse at that time. And we had it up there and there. So I surprised him, whatever the case may be. But, you know, he was happy about the surprise birthday party. But he pulled me to the side and kind of was like, oh, you know, where did you get, you know, the girl that he used to mess with? I guess to him, he said they wasn't even dating. They was just messing around or whatever. He was like, oh, where did you get her info? Like, what is she doing here? And I'm like, oh, well, you know, Kitty helped me with the guest list and she told me y'all were cool and she wanted to invite her. So I figured, like, whatever. I'm a girl. Like, I'm not pressed about nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, come. Like, if there's no plex and y'all are cool, I'm taking Kitty's advisement. Just come to the party. I'm not thinking anything of it. He was upset. He was just like, oh no, I don't fuck with her. I don't want her here. I don't know why you would think it was, like, even smart to bring her here. Hey you guys, this is editing Sarah. I am catching a cold, so excuse my voice, but I knew I forgot a key detail. The reason why I went hard to tell y'all about the theme of the party is Kitty came to the party with a crip blue top, right? Mind you, I wore something regular. I wore a regular black outfit. If I have a video or picture, I'll put it in here. I was even trying to get dressed up. Like, y'all, I was legit scrambling. I went to Harlem to get the cake and stuff, and I had to drive back to Brooklyn. I literally got dressed in the car, did my makeup in the car. Like, it was crazy. So I wasn't even thinking about dressing on theme. But Kitty came in a crip blue outfit. And that's why they be saying, like, stop giving too much detail, because I told you what kind of theme I was doing, and you definitely just came out here in theme, like, girl, doing too much. Like, at that point in time, I didn't really care, but now that I look back on it, like, you were really doing too much, girl. But not only did Kitty come in a crip blue top, the ex or whatever, the girl that he used to talk to, that he was mad that I invited or let come, that came with Kitty's friend, she had on a red paisley top, which is like representing Bloods. So he felt very disrespected, and his friends felt disrespected. Me, I'm not gang affiliated. You get what I'm saying? So it didn't seem that deep to me. But now looking back on it, like, it's like, y'all came here to, like, show out at my boyfriend's, like, surprise birthday party. Y'all ain't put in on none of this. I invited y'all, and y'all just came here doing too much. So even though he came at me about that, I respected it, because, yeah, I was kind of stupid. Like, I know y'all gonna be in the comments like, how did you let that happen? But, you know, today's Sarah is not gonna let that happen. You feel me? But back to the story. Here, and that's one thing about Trini. Like, Trini was very stern. And as much as I hated it, it really shaped me out to be the woman I am today in some ways. Because he was like, he was a no-nonsense person. His mom was a no-nonsense person. So I think he got it from her. So, and his grandma, because they all worked in the education system. So he was very no-nonsense. So he wasn't shy to voice himself, and he wasn't shy to tell you how he feel about nothing. And if Trini felt like you did something dumb, he was going to tell you about it in your face. So I'm like, I didn't know, you know, Kitty was in charge of the guest list. He was like, yeah, but like, not even, he was like, oh, you know, he used to always think that Kitty was very ditzy, but she was a little ditzy. So he's just like, I'm blaming you, because you should have had better judgment. You this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So that was the first thing that happened. Then he kind of didn't want me hanging out with Kitty anymore. Like, he never used to outright say it, but every time I used to make plans with Kitty, he used to ask me like, oh, well, like, you know, Kitty likes to be around a lot of guys, and I don't want you around a lot of guys, and this and that. Like, Kitty's the one that, you know, introduced you to my brother and all that stuff. And I'm just like, you can't blame Kitty for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still have to take accountability. But like, he just never really wanted Kitty Deb out. Like, he didn't want us hanging out with each other. I knew that. Which didn't even really matter anymore, because me and him had ended up moving away and to another state. So I wasn't going to really be around Kitty anymore anyways. So that wasn't really going to be an issue. So this is kind of where the more prevalent discrepancies between me and Kitty kind of begin. I already know the whole party thing was a little weird or whatever. And I just always felt like I just could never fully trust Kitty. Like, I'm a very intuitive person, and I don't have to be around you long or have many interactions with you to know if I can trust you or not. Clingy, I never really fully trusted Clingy. There's so much Clingy don't know about me, and look at what she's doing with the little bit that she does know. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't, I learned a long time ago that you can't trust everybody with your personal life, with your personal information. Like, you really can't. So now that I'm in another state with, I was to say the state. Now I'm in another state with my man or whatever. Him and I are having our own issues. And at that time, Kitty was kind of the closest friend to me that I kind of was confiding in, because number one, she knew the both of us. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, because she had a relationship with him too. I shouldn't have been like putting her in the middle by venting to her. But she was the one who, when we initially started dating, she would voice her opinion without me asking her about the relationship. So I started to feel comfortable going to her. Now I don't go to nobody about my relationship problems. I handle all my stuff in-house. I have a problem with my man's gonna hear about it from me, and we're gonna talk about it amongst each other and nobody else, and that's just it. So I was always venting to Kitty about me and Trini's issues, and I remember, you know, I'm a designer, right? So I'm a fashion designer, if you guys didn't know. Shop that Deharasnyc.com. So there's a popular photographer that was in New York at the time. He still is or whatever. And he's been hitting me up for like, maybe I would say at that point he was hitting me up for like a year. He still hits me up now to do photo shoots. And I would love to work with him. Like, when I tell y'all, I'm so mad that I don't want to work with him, even though I still could, but I just would never because of what happened. Because I just don't like when people do shiesty shit with me. But I'm cordial with him. We follow each other, you know. He like my shit, I like his shit, but I'm never gonna work with somebody like that. He was trying to shoot with me for a long time. You know, your gal Bobby doll. Let me stop. But you know, I design, and then, you know, sometimes I be shoot. Most of the times I shoot in my own pieces, even though everybody thinks I'm a harlot because I want to take pictures in my own designs. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling y'all about this in my last story time, or the story time before that, where I was like, I don't understand why in the black community I can't design my swimwear and model it without being called all types of names and all this stuff like that. Like, you know, Versace could make freaking a see-through dress and have it go down the runway in 1999, and it's fashion, it's couture. I make something couture and put it online, and I'm all types of names, all types of degrading stuff. Like, black people are just always trying to humble each other, always trying to keep each other down. It's just real disgusting. But I digress. So he always used to hit me up like, oh yeah, you know, I really love your pieces. And he used to do really creative shoots. So he's the type of photographer and director and creative director that you would see in like America's Next Top Model or some shit like that, like Project Runway. Like, his vision is like so elite. Like, one day I might put my like little, you know, attitude aside and work with him, because now just thinking about his work, I'm like, yo, his work is so, I've never seen nothing like it, like attainable wise, like in close proximity to me. And I'm not like everybody else. I still respect people's craft even if they're in close proximity to me. So I do feel like he should be so big. Like, even though he's just like local right now, he should be, literally, he should be, like, no cap. So me and Kitty had ended up making like a cute little video with each other. I'm not gonna post it here because, y'all, I'm not even gonna be posting people pictures even though I blocked them out, because I've been getting a lot of, like, sidebar, I've been getting a lot of strife, like, from people because they're putting two and two. They're watching my stories, they're putting two and two together, and then they're like creating drama out of it. And I really don't get it, because when I first started my YouTube, which was like 5-6 years ago, I was saying before my camera died, oh yeah, like, I'm not gonna be posting on people pictures, and even if I block it out, because it's crazy. Yeah, I started YouTube mad years ago. And I remember when I first started YouTube, I used to go hard on my Instagram page. I used to be telling people like, oh, make sure you follow my YouTube. Like, I used to post day in and out, and I wasn't getting no subscribers. And I'm like, how I have all of y'all on my Instagram and not one of y'all is trying to really go to my YouTube and subscribe and just like, share, and nothing. I wasn't getting no views, no subscribers. So that means that all that promo and advertising I was doing on my Instagram page, I wasn't getting no traction from it, right? Whatever, cool. So fast forward, now I'm active on YouTube and I'm putting on my stories, and my tribe, my Haras dolls, are supporting me, and like, we're interacting and stuff. Now you got all these watch faces coming over here trying to use what I'm talking about to fuel whatever they got going on. Like, that shit is mad weird. I say that to say, because someone came to me the other day like, oh, you know, you made a video about so-and-so, and I'm just like, why? And they're like, oh, because so-and-so and so-and-so is beefing, and now they're posting different clips from your YouTube video all over their Instagram going at each other and stuff like that. And I'm just like, first of all, so-and-so number one, I don't even know you. We do not know each other. We know of each other because you're connected through this person, but we never had any conversations, any relationships. I probably seen you at an event one time and that's it. I don't know you. You don't know me. I saw you follow me recently, like a few months ago. I never followed you back. And since I've learned about what you've been doing, girl, I blocked you. Because I don't know you, and why are you using my stuff for drama? And it makes sense because as soon as you started beefing with so-and-so number two, you came, I guess, to now you want to come on my page and look at my stuff. And where were all y'all when I first started my YouTube? Where were y'all? Y'all weren't invested. So why are y'all invested now? And I blame so-and-so number two because, girl, we been not fucking with each other. I been ain't fucking with you. You been ain't fucking with me for years. So I wasn't a part of you and so-and-so's relationship. And so-and-so wasn't a part of me and you's relationship. So the only way she would be aware of anything going on with me and you quarreling, me making a video, whatever, is because you're keeping tabs and you're putting her on. Everybody mumbling and cackling in the background. That's basically what's going on. Y'all mumbling, y'all cackling. Leave me out y'all shit. I don't talk to none of y'all. I don't fuck with none of y'all. Never gonna happen. Leave me alone. It's just so weird how people won't support you, but when it comes to negativity and drama, they are front and center. Because if that person ain't come and put me on, I would have never known that my video was being used for some internet feud. I would never knew that. I posted that video last year, like, or early this year, like mad long ago. I'm not even thinking that this person is watching it or this person, because I don't have none of y'all on social media. I don't fuck with none of y'all, like, y'all, like, ever. Like, y'all don't even see me. I should be out of sight, out of mind. Like, it's weird. So nevertheless, yeah, I was gonna put a picture of me and Kitty, kind of like that cute video, because so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But I'm not gonna put it up because I don't even want to put no pictures or nothing, because it's just annoying. So now he's the photographer. He sees the video with me and Kitty and he's like, oh my god, I didn't know. Remember I told you she's kind of hood famous. He's like, oh, I didn't know you knew her. I've been trying to like get in touch with her for like the past couple of weeks. Like, I need the both of y'all. I need to shoot with your both of y'all. Would you please be able to like design the outfits, and I'll create the set, like basically collaborating. Because one thing he was saying is that he loved how exotic, because y'all already know I make colorful exotic stuff. You know what I'm saying? None of my stuff are like regular. Like, I make real couture stuff. So he really wanted to like tap into like my designs and like with his creativity, which I thought would have been a good idea. Like, the plan that we came up with, y'all, it was so dope. Like it's so dope that I still remember the plan to T. Like, right now. Like, even though this was years ago, I still remember it. So he all hype, like, nah, like, I really gotta have the shoot. Can you let her know that I've been hitting her up too, etc, etc. So I hit her up like, oh, you know, this my homeboy, this photographer, he been dying to work with me. And then he seen our video together and he was like, oh, you know, he want to work with the both of us. Do you know him? I sent her a page, whatever. He was like, she's like, you know, because she gets so many DMs, especially from men, she don't really answer all of them. So she was like, you know, he must have just slipped in with everybody else type shit. But, you know, tell him to write her again. She'll write him, whatever. And then she was like, matter of fact, if you want to make a group chat, whatever. So I told him, I was like, oh, I'll make a group chat with us, whatever the case may be. So he was hyped. That was what was wanted. So remember, me and him had already planned the shoot before he seen the video with me and Kitty. Because I think I had came back to New York for something. Because remember, I moved away. And then me and her linked up and made that video. So now we're in a group chat. I'm putting her on to game. He putting her on. We're all trying to connect and stuff like that. So we decide everything that's going to happen as far as the shoot go. All we had to left to decide was a date. Remember, I'm not living in New York anymore, but them two, the photographer and Kitty, they are. So basically they're like, oh, you know, we're just gonna do the shoot the next time you come down to New York. So I'm like, all right, that's perfect. I'm gonna let y'all know when I'm coming down to New York. These are the expected days that I expect to come down, blah blah blah. Because me and my ex, we were traveling back to New York often, and especially my dog Latte, he was with my mom, because my ex had an issue with like me having Latte because my other ex gave him to me as a gift, and he wanted to give me a dog, and I just didn't want to have my dog out there and he's not in a comfortable and loving environment. Everything was still fresh for me, and I felt like I wanted to kind of like see what my situation was before I put him in that environment. So I did end up bringing Latte to where I was living, like after a couple of months. But for that first few months when I moved, I left him with my mom because my mom was attached to him. He's attached to my mom. They have a good relationship. She loves feeding him. He loves eating. She loves babying him. He loves being babied. It's a good scenario. It works out. And, you know, she has like a gated front yard. Where I was, it was kind of like, it was more open space. I wasn't going to be able to like, they still had a dog park. That's one thing I liked about where I lived when I went out of town. They had a dog park, but still like just letting him just go outside on his own. I wasn't going to be able to do that, and he loves outdoors. So nevertheless, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all know when the next date I'm gonna come down, etc. So I had gave them a time frame. I think that time frame was like a month. The next month I was supposed to come down. Like I told y'all, me and my ex were having a lot of issues, a lot. And I'm not even talking about like baby issues. I'm talking about real life issues. Like, and Kitty knew. She knew what was going on. She knew every step of the way, because at that point in time I was not the Sarah I am today. I was lost. I was afraid. I was depressed. I was vulnerable. I was dependent. It was a lot. Like, I was not in a good place. So she knew everything that was going on. So when something big had ended up happening, I had ended up hitting them up. Well, I didn't hit them up both in a group chat. I hit Kitty up like, oh, this is what's going on, blah blah blah. I don't think I'm gonna be able to come to the shoot the next week. Like, I really don't think so. Like, I'm gonna have to cancel it and postpone it. So she's all like, oh no, you can't let this stop you from doing the shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Like, I'm just like, girl, you don't even understand how bad you telling me to still come down here to do the shoot is because either you're selfish as fuck or you're ditzy as fuck. Like, it's one or the other. Because what in the hell, and how more serious can this get for you to even, you should be the one that's telling me like, girl, do not come to the shoot. Like, you have bigger fish to fry right now. Like, I didn't just have fish to fry. I had like the fucking crab, crawfish, calamari. Like, I had a whole seafood platter to get done. And that's how I know I was not surrounded by the best of friends. Because when I sit back and think about, like, even in the last story time when I was telling y'all about like how Mo Bae was laughing about certain serious stuff I was going through. And even, I don't know if people are desensitized or what it is. But like, when I would look back at things I would go through as a friend, the disregard that these people had for me and the things I were going through at the time was just absolutely disgusting. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it. So she's all like, no, you can still come. So I could tell she's getting irritated. Mind you, I didn't tell the photographer yet because I'm a person, I'm solution based. I don't like to present a problem without a solution. And I don't like to consume myself in a problem without a solution. I'm very solution based because we gotta move forward. This is what's going on right now, but if we're gonna move forward, we need to figure it out. Like, and we can't like sit here and freaking dwell on what we can't change. Like, I'm not gonna dwell on things I cannot change. That's insanity. I used to do that all the time, but don't get you nowhere. So I planned on telling him when I was like, you know what, let me figure this out in my head. Let me figure this out, this out, this out, this out. Now I can tell him, okay, boom, I can definitely come here on this day. Like, this is when I can definitely do it. So all of a sudden I'm talking to her and I could tell she's getting frustrated because as she's telling me like, oh no, you can still come, and I'm like telling her like, no, I could tell she's getting irritated. All of a sudden I hear the other chat start dinging. The chat with me, her, and the photographer, that start dinging. And I'm like, let me read this shit. Lo and behold, it's Kitty. She left our conversation, our personal conversation, and goes into the group chat between me, her, and the photographer. And she's like, oh, Sarah's saying that she can't make it for the photo shoot. So what do you want to do? So no, I text back like, girl, you didn't have to come and tell him for me. I would have told him myself. And the day, I'm the one that planned this with him, not you. Yes, he been trying to hit you up, and yes, he wanted you on board, but I'm also the one that agreed to have you on board and all that stuff. I could have told him like, no, I'd rather work by myself or something. Like, this is my shit. Like, I organized this. And I'm the designer. It's my shit. Okay? I didn't know you were a model. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if that's what you want to do, then cool. But you need to relax a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because usually models work on the creative director and the fashion, everybody else's call. You don't work on your own call. It's not a shoot that you're paying for. This is all free. And the only people that's really investing is me and the photographer, not you. He's providing the camera equipment, his skill set, his time, and the place. He chose it, but it's a free place we can go. And I'm the one who's providing the looks. I'm going to be dressing, styling, all that stuff. So relax. Like, you're not bringing nothing but yourself. And it's like, I'm going to get to that. I'm not even going to say that yet. So the photographer hit us back up in the chat. And he's like, what? What's wrong? Whatever was going on. Why you can't come? And of course, I'm not going to tell him my personal business. And I was waiting to see if Kitty was going to sit here and expose my personal business in front of him. Because I would have, when I would have seen her the next time, bro, I would have tore her out the frame, bro. I promise you. Because one thing I'm big on is stop violating my privacy. Stop. Like, stop. And that's why I don't tell people stuff anymore. Because it's like, you can't trust people with your life or your personal business or anything like that. So, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm listening. He asks him what's wrong or whatever. So I'm waiting to see what she's going to say. She's like, oh, well, she has a situation going on. I still feel like she could come, but she's not trying to come. So what are you trying to do? So I'm looking at it like, bitch, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to do? You're doing too much right now. So he's like, oh, well, we can still like try to plan a new day, or we could go ahead with the shoot, or whatever the case may be. And she's like, I think we should just go ahead with the shoot, and then when Sarah comes down, she can do her own thing, whatever the case may be, or whatever. And I'm just like, that's weird. Like, that's mad weird. So as they start conversing, I was like, you know what? Y'all figure it out. I'm leaving the conversation. So I left the conversation. So now Kitty texts me on her end like, oh, like, you making this about you and it's about all of us. We're all trying to get something done. We're all trying to get something accomplished, blah, blah, blah. So I'm writing her back like, girl, you know what I'm going through. Like, that's mad selfish of you to try to like push forward with this shoot. I'm the one who even put you on board, etc. Now all of a sudden she starts to relay like her feelings towards my relationship with Trini, and how she felt like I was wrong with this and I deserved that, and I was wrong with this and I'm the reason why this and this and that. And I'm like, whole time I was venting to you, you weren't even on my side. It kind of made me feel like you were taking stuff back to fucking Trini, because there were certain things that Trini was aware of, and I'm like, either this nigga is motherfucking psychic, or, but nothing ever told me that she was going back and sharing information with me. Like, I still don't know for sure to this day, because I could be wrong. But what alarmed me, like I said, was the fact that I'm venting to you, yes, of course, about your friend, who's also your friend too, but I thought that you would have been able to resonate with me as a woman. Not only as a woman who was also going through your own dilemmas, which were not the same, but in a way similar. You get what I'm saying? So, I was just like, where's all this coming from? And she's just like, basically like, oh, like she felt like I was letting like the relationship take over my life, but then she felt like the situations I was in, I kind of brought on myself, and then now I'm trying to like drag the people around me down too. Like basically me not coming to do the shoot is me like, I guess, dragging her down because of what I'm going through. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie, bro, when I got off the phone with her, I dead cried. Because you gotta remember, I'm in another state. At that point, I was by myself. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. I did it. I was going through a lot of stuff. I had a lot of pressure on me. I was in a lot of pain emotionally, mentally, physically. Like, when I tell y'all, I thought I hit rock bottom. I knew I hit rock bottom when I was there. That's when I hit rock bottom. Out of everything that had ever happened to me in life, that was my rock bottom. And I knew that was my rock bottom because of the way I came out of it soaring. Like, I was literally at a point where I had my back against the wall, and faith took me from the bottom up. Like, literally nothing took me out of that situation but faith. Nothing could have saved me but my motherfucking God. Let me stop cursing, because y'all know y'all hate when I curse when I'm talking to God, but God know what I'm talking about. I talk to God every single... Me and God are best friends. Me and Allah, we are like this. We here. So now, yeah, she's telling me all that. So it really hurt my feelings, because I really felt alone. Because I really felt like, damn, like, I'm really all alone in this. Like, I'm really all alone in this. And so what even hurt more was, so me and her ain't talk for like, what was it, like a week? So the day that the shoot was supposed to happen arrives. The shoot day comes. I didn't think they were really gonna go through with the shoot without me, because you gotta remember, like, I designed the outfit based on the theme around the shoot, everything. So I thought that even with all that happening, like, things were gonna cool down, and, you know, shit was just gonna, I wouldn't say fix itself, but I thought things were gonna cool down, but I didn't think they were gonna go ahead with the shoot. Why did they come? They two actually meet up and go do the shoot. So I'm in a whole nother state watching, you know, because at this point, even though me and Kitty got into that disagreement, we weren't like cursing each other out and all that stuff. It was kind of like literally like, you ever seen like friends really have like an emotional disagreement and they just hang up on each other and we don't know where we stand, but we didn't block each other or do none of that extra stuff. Like, it was just kind of like that. Because in the day, I wasn't beefing with Kitty. I just felt like I thought I had a friend in the situation and I just did it. It was just what it was. Like, but I didn't hate her for it. Because at the end of the day, I still had in the back of my head, like, even after all the stuff that she told me, I still had to always remember, like, she is his friend. Like, that is his friend. Even though she's a woman, that don't take away from that being his friend. But this is where she had me motherfucking fucked up. This is where Kitty had me messed up, right? So I'm seeing them do the shoot and I'm hurt. I'm really hurt because that's my, like, it's not just my concept, it's his concept too, but it's 50-50 our concept. Like, just seeing him and her go ahead with a vision that him and I curated together with all of our ideas and my ideas and stuff like that, that shit really hurt my heart. Like, and then with all the stuff I was going through, remember, I was in another state and I had so many limitations set on me. I couldn't create, I couldn't design, I couldn't be myself. Everything was foreign to me. I was still getting attacked. Remember the story time with, what was her name? Jealousy? I think it was Jealousy. Yeah, that happened when I was living there. All that was happening during that time. So y'all can only imagine, like, what my head was like. Like, I was just battling stuff from, like, left and right. So, of course, the shoot, the outfits they did, like... I could tell she went to Pretty Girl. If y'all know where Pretty Girl. No offense to people that shop from Pretty Girl, because I used to love me some Pretty Girl back in the day. Pretty Pretty girl was my store. If you know, you know. So, but that's one thing. Kitty was beautiful. When I say gorgeous, like beautiful, she's drop dead gorgeous. Like literally, like she's probably one of the most beautiful women I laid eyes on in my life. And I laid eyes on a lot of beautiful women, but she's gorgeous. But what can I say? Kitty wasn't a dresser, okay? If you was waiting for dressing for your salad, that shit finna come out dry. She was not the one for dressing. And I understood, like, because even though Kitty was online famous and Instagram famous, not to put anybody's business out there, but it's really true when they say that followers don't equal dollars. So I'm not saying that she didn't have money, but it's not like she could flex a certain type of way either, even with all them followers. Not because she didn't have the opportunity to make the money. I just felt like maybe, you know how some people just aren't as internet savvy, like they don't know how to monetize their talents. I felt like she just didn't know how to monetize, you know, her influence, if that made sense. So she wasn't always like balling, so she didn't really always have the funds to like dress a certain way. But I don't ever blame money on the reason why people can't dress, because I promise you, you do not need a lot of money or designer to put some shit on. I kid you the fuck not. You don't. And anybody who tells you that you do are lying to you. You just gotta know where to shop and how to dress. It's all about style. It's not about what and who you wear. It's about how you put it on. Take it from a designer. I'm telling y'all. So she had on a look a pretty girl outfit. And they did the shoe. I ain't gonna lie, the shoe was dope. It was dope. She looked good. Like I said, she's a beautiful girl. He's a dope photographer. Dope concept. So I knew the shoot was gonna come out fire. Like there was nothing that would have convinced me otherwise that it wasn't gonna come out fire. And it was gonna come out fire. I just didn't like the way they went about the situation. So I didn't even hit her up. I hit him up because I felt like he didn't have to have any loyalty to me. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't my friend. He was a photographer. He wanted to shoot. He wanted to shoot with the both of us. One of us wasn't available. He went ahead. Should he have taken my concept that we created together to a whole nother shoot? No. Without me, no. Which is a reason why I would never work with him again. But he also did something else as to why I wouldn't work with him again. But that's going to come up in a second. So I don't hit him up. I hit her up because, like I said, he don't owe me no loyalty. He gonna do what's best for him. Number one, he's a man, and number one, he's running his own business and stuff like that. Who am I to tell him what to do? And the day before I start putting my ideas out there, I know that I need to be having contracts in place and certain stuff in place to prevent stuff like this from happening. Because, baby, had I had a contract set in place, y'all wouldn't have just been able to go ahead with that concept or idea, like, without me. The fuck going on? Yeah, I took y'all motherfuckers to court. Maybe not, but maybe. I don't know. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes that court stuff is really not worth it. Like, I'm only going to court if I really feel like it's worth it. Some of y'all to be throwing that court shit out there, and it just be a waste of people's time and taxpayer dollars. So I hit her up like, oh, you know, like, you know, I'm happy you did the shoe. You look beautiful, but that's just crazy. I don't like the fact that y'all still went ahead with the shoe, blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't even have hit her up. As soon as I seen that they did the shoot, I should have just unfollowed them both, blocked them both, and went about my business. But at that time, like I said, I was already emotional, going through my own shit. So I wasn't responding to everything in the most mature or best way. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like I went in attacking her either. Like, I just went in on just like, you know, at this point, I'm sending her voice notes. So me and her are sending voice notes back and forth with each other. And it started getting real, like, hot. It started getting hot. I don't know. I would be lying to know who threw the first low blow or who said what. we both threw low jabs at each other, but I know I'm a reactor. So I felt like if I was gonna be the first one to, I can't remember, but I know that if I was gonna be the first one to throw something nasty at her, I would have threw it at her when I first wrote her. I wouldn't have taken time. I'm not passive aggressive. I don't know how people do that passive aggressive shit. Like, I gotta say what I gotta say right now. I gotta say that shit right now. Like, I gotta say it so much right now that it will come out like word vomit. It would eat at me to not voice myself or say how I feel about something right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of those person who could just like be around you, not say how I feel, or keep quiet and wait for the right opportunity. Like, I remember my ex used to do that to me, where he used to have some stuff he used to want to confront me about, but he would be around me. We would be intimate with each other. We would go through the day, everything as normal. He would be going out to eat, buy gifts, whatever, and then out of nowhere he would just hit me with the shit. I can't do stuff like that. I gotta tell you right now. The only way I'm not telling you right now how I feel is if I really have some shit to do. If something is really important and I know that by confronting this situation right now, I'm going to take myself off course. But I'm also not going to be around you. I'm not going to be able to be around you comfortably until I speak to you about what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's just how I am. So that's how I know I didn't say anything to her low blow first. And I'm a Capricorn, and I'm a reactive person. I react to people. And if I'm going to come for the gutter, I'm coming straight head on. So I know she said something first. But what she said that made me block her and not talk to her, and we didn't talk for, I think we didn't talk for a year before we started talking again. She was like, oh, you weren't needed for the shoot. The photographer said that he actually really wanted to shoot with me. He always wanted to shoot with me. I'm the one with the bigger following. Because like I said, she had like 100K. Y'all already know. Y'all been to my Instagram. I never had a big Instagram following because I used to spend years with my page deactivated. Literally. I remember I spent a course of 2 years straight with my page deactivated. Plus, she's an active poster. For your Instagram, whatever social media you have, even my YouTube. I post more on YouTube than I post on Instagram. And that's why my YouTube is growing. Like, you have to actively be engaging in those social media. So I've never been an Instagram engager. Even if I post a photo, I post a photo and go. So my Instagram never grew. You get what I'm saying? So I don't care. But I don't care about stuff like that. Stuff like that, I never was getting paid from Instagram. So I didn't care. Even if I was getting paid, maybe I would care about getting paid. But Instagram wasn't one of those social medias that I ever really wanted or had a goal to grow following. I feel like Instagram is full of monitoring spirits. Just a whole bunch of watch face people that don't really engage with you unless it's negative. So I never really been a fan. I just say that to say is like, I hate when people have certain accomplishments and they use what I don't have and try to like measure up like, oh, well, I have this and you don't. Baby girl, we don't have the same goals. Yeah, Kitty had a big following, but you got to remember, Kitty was she was very lax, very comfortable, very high-spirited. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say negative things about Kitty because even with the stuff that she said and did, I still like her. Like, so I don't want to say anything negative. So I could sit here and say, you was doing it, but I'm not going to say that because I don't feel that way about her. But the content that she was producing was more geared to men. You had 100K full of horny men and hating ass hoes. Because that's all she was doing all day, cursing out all them hating ass. Of course, when you're a beautiful woman and you're comfortable with yourself and you're black, and my bitch was dreaded, okay? Locked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't find exotic black beauty like that every day. You know what I'm saying? So people are on her toppers. So she used to have hating assholes on her page and horny men. So I'm not hating on you because I don't want your demographic. The people that I want to connect to are women of a certain age group, of a certain, you know, psychographic demographic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I want somebody following, I would want somebody following like a freaking Aaliyah J or a Glamazon Tay. People who women respect their opinions and look up to them and are inspired by them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you put something of mine on, you're literally marketing to people that aren't a part of my market. That's not my target market. That's basically what I'm trying to say. We don't have the same target audience, so I'm not jealous of what you have. Like, just relax. So she was saying stuff like, oh, like, yeah, like, you, like, he needed me because at least the without me, the pictures are not gonna reach a lot of people because you have a smaller platform. Girl, it's not about how many people you reach, it's about who you reach. I'm a designer. I went to FIT. A lot of people think that I don't have connects. I'm not a bragger, okay? I have people in a lot of fashionable places, and that's why I cannot wait. A lot of, well, not fashionable, but like high-end places, and people that I still got good rapport with from being at internships and being in school. And I can't wait till I have something that's like really set in stone. Like, that's why I'm so happy that my website is up and running and functioning. And then like my business plan, I'm working on it every day, and like I need to get my social medias and all that stuff, because once I have the flow concrete and I'm able to present something with numbers worth a damn, oh baby, your girl finna have a sponsor, your girl finna have access to this, access to that, this and that. If I'm a person, I don't ever come as a black woman, I don't ever have that. And when you go into certain industries, you better go prepared, okay? You better go ready, because the industry that I'm in is kind of like a Shark Tank. You can find somebody that's going to invest in you or connect you into places that is going to help your talent thrive and your skill set thrive, but you have to do the work first. Ain't no faith without work. Faith without work is dead. That shit is dead. Fuck is talking about? That shit is dead. Ain't no faith without work. So right now, even though faith got me to where I'm at right now, the work still has to be done. So I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush. So I just say that to say, like, you know, she was hitting low blows like that. Like, oh, your Instagram, you don't even have a big following. And I didn't know what was wrong with people like Kitty and Trini, because Trini was another one who used to always talk about who have what following. I felt like he really rated Kitty because she has such a big following. I remember he used to always talk about that. And it's like, my nigga, if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Who cares how much people she have following her, bro? She's not living the life she wants to live. Not to put her business out there, but it's facts. I could give a damn how many people I got listed on a phone screen, as in numbers, if my bank account ain't looking like that. If my spirit is troubled. If my situation is... like I said, if I didn't like Kitty, I'd be a lot harsh. More harsh than I am. Y'all seen how harsh I could be. So, like I said, I like Kitty. Would I ever be friends with her again? I don't think so, but I still like her. And I'm a person where I wouldn't say I give people passes or excuses, because I don't. But I also do feel like I understand why Kitty is the way she is. And sometimes it's not your fault. You're a product of your environment, and it sucks sometimes. And I just feel like if Kitty was just, or has been, or I hope she's doing good now, but I feel like if she was in a better environment than the one I met her in, I would have been able to get a better version of her as a friend, if that makes sense. And vice versa. If I was in a better environment than the one I was in when me and her was friends, I probably would have been a better friend too. But nevertheless, me and her throwing low jabs at each other, and she was just like, oh yeah, the following shit, like, oh yeah, like, you know, you don't have enough following. And he always wanted me to begin with, like, he was settling for you, but as soon as he got access to me, like, I was really the person he wanted. Ask him yourself, ask him yourself. He told me that, ask him yourself. And I was just like, not y'all trying to play me. Not y'all trying to play me. That was crazy. I was like, damn. Was I being used to design this stuff? But this is the thing that didn't make sense, because when she said that, I was just kind of like, I I met this photographer during my like ending of my college years. I didn't meet Kitty until like that year. So it was kind of like, girl, like I met you through Trini, and I didn't even meet Trini until last year. Like, it's kind of like I knew this photographer, and me and him used to always like each other's stuff. Yeah, granted, no, not even granted, because he hit me up about the shoot before me and you even posted that video with each other. Me and him already had planned the concept. He didn't even know we were friends. So if he didn't want to shoot with me, then he would have never followed me for all those years. Always dropped in comments on my stuff, liking my stuff. At the end of the day, like, I don't know, I felt like she was trying to play me. Like, not trying, she was trying to play me. Like, you know what, she was playing me. Like, I don't know if there was some truth to what she was saying as far as, you know, him, because I did end up asking him about that and he denied it. But you know, he's also a man. What was he gonna say? That's the truth? But because I'm gonna tell you after. I ended up talking to him after, but he hit me up. But nevertheless, she hit that low blow, and that was it for me, because at that point in time, I didn't need anything else to drop my self-esteem any lower than it was, because like I told y'all, I was at rock motherfucking bottom. Okay, rock bottom. So now me and her had that blowout voice to voicemail. That's when we finally blocked each other on everything. We blocked each other on social media, phone, everything. We didn't talk. I didn't keep tabs with her. I don't keep tabs with bitches I don't talk to. I didn't keep tabs with her. We didn't keep tabs with each other. And fast forward, like, I would say a year later, right? Mind you, the last time Kitty had saw me, I don't know if I told y'all, but I had lost a lot of weight, okay? I had legit lost, like, right now I'm like, what, 170 something pounds, maybe close to 180. But around that time when I was living in that other state, and around the time Kitty had last saw me, I was probably like 130 pounds, if that. I was very small, very, very small. I know y'all probably like, I can't even imagine you at 130 pounds, and I'm just like and it's crazy because my butt grows as my weight grows, and then when I'm small, my butt is so small too. And I remember the other day somebody was trying to curse me out, and they were like, girl, all you got is ass, you ain't got nothing else to offer. And I'm just like, okay, what happens when I lose weight? Like, what do I got there? Nothing but like, I gotta think about the things y'all say before y'all say it, because I could definitely lose this ass, like, and then what am I gonna have? I'm gonna be thin air? What the fuck? It's crazy that people would like just resort me to like a piece of ass with everything that I've accomplished in my life. That's so crazy. But nevertheless, so we didn't talk for like a year. So I'm gonna tell you, the last time she had saw me was when I was like, when I had lost all that weight. I was stressed out. I was going through everything I was going through. And I remember she had threw it in my face like, oh, it's good for you. I told you you should have never did this. I told you should have never did that. Now you made your bed, lie in it. And I felt like, damn, like, it really felt like somebody kicking me while I was down. Because if I knew you were gonna say all of that to me, even though granted I said my own stuff, but the stuff I was going through was kind of like, girl, I could have kept all that shit to myself. Like, I did not have to vent to you. Like, you could have just told me you didn't give a fuck when I was venting. To sit there and listen to me cry to you about the stuff I was going through and then turn around and tell me it's good for me. Like, ho, is you cool? It was really given, ho, is you cool? Like, it was really given that. So fast forward a year later, I'm no longer with Trini. Me and Trini have been separated because a little bit after that argument with me and Kitty, me and Trini end up parting ways for good. Not really for good, but technically for good. And I came back to New York. As I'm back in New York, I'm rejuvenating myself. I'm healing. I'm gaining weight. Y'all, when I tell you, your girl got thick. Your girl got thick. I got thick again and everything. It's so crazy. I'm going to show the picture because we had another mutual friend, not even a mutual friend, the girl that used to do my nails, the nail tech I used to have. I met her because she did nails in the same, like, my ex Trini, he's a producer, engineer, so he had his own studios and stuff like that. So the building that his studio was in, the girl that did nails, it was like an art studio thing, and different artists, different type of people would have their own studios within, like, you know, hairdressers, designers, whatever. I even had a studio in there at one point too, for a little while, not for long. And she did nails there. So because she did nails there, I think she used to do kitty nails too. Yeah, that's how they know each other. And then she was also an artist, so she used to record at Trini Studio. So she was intertwined or whatever, but I knew her because she was my nail tech for like a year. So she was having a birthday party and she invited me. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I knew that Kitty was going, but I didn't know. Did I even know? I didn't know anyone was going. I just knew that there was a good chance I would see Kitty there because I know they were cool. And I remember Kitty was in a lot of her videos. Like every time a girl used to do videos, Kitty would be like a girl in the video. So unless they didn't quarrel or Kitty had other engagements, I knew there was a high possibility she would be at the event. And then the way the event was marketed, it was marketed as a lingerie party. So I didn't know that guys were invited. So when I got there and seen guys there, y'all, Trini was even there. I didn't even know. Like, I'm telling y'all, I remember Trini kept saying, oh, you only came to the party for me. And I'm just like, bro, y'all, put it in the comments. If somebody markets something as a lingerie party, all pink, everything like that, they don't say, oh, guy. I remember I had a lingerie party. It was girls only. You get what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, I didn't think that men were going to be there too. I thought it was just going to be girls. I'm going to put what I wore over here, okay? I ain't drop y'all a picture of this whole video. And y'all know I like dropping the receipts. But now that there's so much that's been going on, I've been having so many attacks, I just want to chill out on the pictures. Like, not that I'm scared of anybody. Of course not. It's just that, like, I just don't want people, like, just all up in my shit. Like, just they all in the Kool-Aid. They're not even a part of the tribe. That's what's going on here. But this is what I wore to the lingerie party. And I felt like it was a cute outfit for a lingerie party because that dress is like kind of like an underslip, like kind of lingerie that you would put underneath or whatever. And then I had the boots to make it look like we were going outside though. And then I had the red hair with the long braid. You really see me, you know what I'm saying? You see what's going on, you see where I'm going. But you see how thick I was, right? I'm still thick like that now, but I would remember coming from 130 pounds to that's different for a lot of people. Like, of course, me being in my body, I can't notice it and I can't see it. But them being like on the exterior, they could kind of like see it a lot more than me. So when I get there, and as soon as I get there, I greet the birthday girl, I give her a gift. You already know, all eyes on what? Me. I don't even say that to be facetious. All eyes were definitely on me because it wasn't a big crowd. So I would say the place was big, but a lot of people didn't come. The place was huge. The place looked like it could hold at least 100 to 200 people, if not. And there was probably only 50 people on the spot. And it wasn't dark. Everything was lit up. And when I say at least 50 people, that's a stretch. It could have been 40. And it was kind of like half guys, half girls. So I walk into the party. I see all Trini friends. Trini not there yet. And that's why, yo, that's the thing. I'm confused because I really feel like I'm gonna get to that. Because I never thought about it this way until now that I'm recalling the story and I'm thinking about the story. Now I'm just like, yo, this shit was some bullshit. So with Trini did some weird shit, but now I'm thinking of some bullshit because now I'm recant. You know when you recant a story, all right, not even recant. You know when you watch a movie over and over again, like Gossip Girl. I was watching Gossip Girl again because they just added it to Netflix, and I love that show. I'm Blair, never Serena. Okay, so I was watching Gossip Girl, and there's certain things, even though I watched it like twice already, I'm still catching on to certain little foreshadowing and certain stuff like, oh, so this is how I'm feeling right now, right? So I'm gonna tell you that in a second, but let's get back to Kitty. So I get in there, and as soon as I walk in, all eyes on me, I see Kitty. But Kitty don't even look like Kitty, bro. Kitty was thick like me. Thick. Last time I seen her. When I see Kitty this time, Kitty is so skinnier than what I was. Remember I tell you I went down to 130 pounds? Kitty looked like she was touching 100 pounds, bruh. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, my whole head spin because you know how people really look different? Like, your face looks different when you're skinny and when you're more like voluptuous. I definitely look different when I'm slimmer. You gotta remember, I have high cheekbones and I have dimples and I have big lips. So when I'm very skinny, my lips are even more big than what they look like now. My right here, you can see, like, I wouldn't even have to contour when I'm skinny because you can see the line that separates my cheekbones. Like right now my face is plumped up, but when I'm skinny I look different. Like, I don't even want to show y'all a picture of how I was skinny. Like, just because so many people had made fun of me when I was skinny, I don't want to show y'all. My mom made fun, not even so many people, my mom. I value my mom's opinion the most, so when she tell me something, it make me feel shame. Nobody else can make me feel shame outside of my mom, okay? So nevertheless, I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, I can tell the way she lost weight, something was wrong. Like, you don't just lose that much weight without something being terribly wrong. So even though I seen her, of course, when I seen her, I never even, like, remember, a year had passed since our last dilemma and we never spoke to each other for that year. So like I said, out of sight, out of mind. Even though I still didn't like the way things ended between us, when I seen her, I didn't have no, like, negative thoughts like, oh, this bitch and all that stuff like that. I just planned on not saying nothing to her at all. I'm a person, you know, I'm a Capricorn, so once you're, you know, I declare you deceased in my life, you know, you're a ghost and I'm going to treat you as such. I'm going to see right through you, right past you, all that. Like, you're not here. You don't exist. At least not in my world. So, yeah, so the whole time I'm talking to the birthday girl, she's like, oh, I didn't see you so long. You look so good. Thank you for coming. Me and her just exchanging words, etc. I can see everybody looking at me. I can see Trini friends looking at me. They know they haven't seen me in a long time too, because after I came from, when I moved back to New York, I went completely, like, introverted. Like, I went on a, like, I wasn't on Instagram or anything. Like, so nobody seen my face, any visuals. Like, it was like I just disappeared off the planet. So it was the first time a lot of people were seeing me. So I can see everybody staring at me, but I can definitely see Kitty staring at me. I planned on ignoring her, but as she sees me talking to the birthday girl, she took it as her opportunity to come over. So she comes over there and she opens her arms and she was like gave me that face. So I didn't want to embarrass her because, like I said, everybody was already watching and the birthday girl's like, come on, you guys. And so I gave her a hug and she proceeds to apologize to me. She said, when I hugged her, oh my God, her body was so frail. Oh, like, how could I not hug her? Like, fuck all that other shit. Like, yeah, we had our argument. Yeah, she threw some low blows. I threw some low blows. What low blows I threw from her? Yeah, I basically told her, like, oh, you know, but you online performing for niggas, and that's not a skill set or some shit like that. Which it is. It is a skill set. Like, I just knew that she was insecure about it, so I used it as a little jab against her. But I did it because she tried to play me. But nevertheless, I'm not even thinking about all that stuff we said to each other, because I just, like, I'm also intuitive and I'm empathetic. I'm, like, kind of an empath in a way, so I could feel there's something wrong. Like, the fuck. So I hug her, whatever, and then so she pulls me aside and asks me if she can talk to me, whatever. So I go to the side of the party where the bathroom is. They had a little back area. And me and her is talking for like a good, I swear, half hour. To the point where I was uncomfortable. Because I came there to celebrate our other friend. You feel me? I didn't come there to have that type of conversation. And especially after everything I had went through privacy had become very important for me at that point in my life. So when she wanted to have the conversation at the party, even though she pulled me to the side, I had to kind of like, when I realized that she kept going, like at least a half hour had passed, I had to tell her, like, girl, we're gonna have to talk about this like another time, because it's kind of a little rude, because I'm here for her, you know what I'm saying? It's her birthday and I just kind of walked in and then disappeared with you. And then she was like, okay, you know, I understand, like, you know, let's schedule a time to talk. Are you back in New York? Been back in New York, like, been here for a year. But yeah, so now she proceeds to ask me, like, oh, you know, did you see your, like, boo yet? And I was just like, who? She's like, Trini's here. And I'm just like, first of all, I was surprised that she even, like, because she proceeds to, I'm like, yeah, you know, we were just at the bar drinking together, like, maybe an hour before you came. Because I got to the party late. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got there late. I'm always late to everything, but I got there late. So she was like, yeah, you know, we were just sitting at the bar drinking. So I'm just like, nah, I didn't see him. Like, and when I walked in, legit, like I told you, there's only like 40 to 50 people. And him, I can spot him anywhere. His yellow ass. Yellow as motherfucker. Like, I can spot him anywhere. So I was like, nah, I didn't see him. And then she was like, okay, well, he must have left or something. I'm like, all right, cool. So she was just like, yeah, me and him fixed our issues. And I was like, oh, y'all had issues? And she was like, yeah, you know, he was mad at me, you know, for our friendship when y'all was going through y'all stuff. So when I seen him today, I apologized to him about it. Like, she was like how she had tried to reach out to him on Instagram before or whatever, but they cool now. And I didn't even know that they had quarreled over what was going on between. He basically felt like she should have had more loyalty to him during our situation, and he felt like she had more loyalty to me. And I'm just like, nigga, she definitely, she told me about myself for you. Like, what do you mean? Like, and I even told her that. I was like, did you tell him that you told me about myself for him? She was like, I did tell him that, but he doesn't believe me and all this stuff like that. And she was like, I'm actually happy y'all both are here together, because I was able to kind of like mesh things out with the both of y'all. It's so ironic. It's so crazy. Look at God, blah, blah, blah. So I walk out of the party. I didn't plan on staying long anyways. I had other shit I was going to too. Like, I had other engagements later on at night. So I walk out, and as soon as I walk out, I see, mind you, I told you, me and her was there for like a half hour in the back. I see my ex, Trini, sitting at the bar, like she said. And he sees me. He told, you know, somebody gets up, drinks, toss their whole shit back, whatever that shot of was. I don't drink liquor. I don't know how people do that. I can't toss none of that back. He tossed it back, looked at me, and walked out and left. I mind you, that was the last time that was the first time I seen him after everything that we had gone through. So I didn't expect for us to speak. I didn't care for us to speak. If we did speak, I probably at the time would have spoken to him. But when he did that, it just made me feel like, oh, you're still on that toxic-ish. So I'm not even sweating it. So now she's like, oh, you're not good, whatever. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you're the last person I'm about to sit here and discuss any of that with. Like, girl, so I didn't say anything. So I stayed at the party for like, I think an hour more, and then I left. But this is what was so funny. Like, you see how Trini did that dramatic exit? The reason why I was saying, like, now that I look back at it, like, remember I was saying earlier, like, oh, now that I look back at it, I see what's happening. All the Trini friends was there. And when I tell you them motherfuckers are nosy as a motherfucker, I remember that time when I went to Miami and I didn't tell Trini I went. His friends is the one that told him. He sent me the text. Like, his friends are nosy as hell. So as soon as they seen me, it was like at least 7 of them there. So as soon as they seen me, I know for a fact wherever he was at or whatever, I know they hit him up and told him. If they didn't hit him up to tell him, which I doubt that they didn't hit him, I know they for a fact they did. I know that as soon as he walked in and sat at the bar, they told him that we went to the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. So when as soon as I came in and everybody looked at me and he got up and did that dramatic exit, I just felt like he just did it for show. You know how people are very, like, people are performative. Like, people are very performative. Like, very. And the reason why I say he did that for performative reasons, because I remember when I talked to him later on, sidebar, like later on in life, I spoke to him and he remembered that party. He was just like, oh yeah, you were sitting here giving Kitty all your attention. I came in and you had nothing to say to me after everything you did, blah, blah, blah. Just guilt tripping me, just doing all this weird shit. But nevertheless, me and Kitty has settled our differences. And at that time, I was a lot more forgiving than I am now. And I was ready to move forward. And then Kitty started to tell me that she was having health issues. So she had this issue where, you know, she no longer could like retain food. So that's the reason why she had lost weight, so much weight. Like, it was so bad where she was being hospitalized on IV and stuff like that. And I was just like, wow, that's so crazy. And then she, ironically, y'all, here's the tea. Like, not to even make this a key, but she gonna be like, girl, and guess what? I lost like 50,000 followers because when I lost all that weight, everybody started making fun of me, attacking me, unfollowing me, or whatever. Like, I thought that they would have respected and understood, like, that I was sick, and none of them did, and whatever. And I was like, girl, these internet people don't give a fuck about you. Especially not them niggas. Not them ninjas. So, I'm not surprised. But that just goes to show you, followers don't mean everything. They're here today, gone tomorrow. Like, you were sitting here disrespecting people over the same followers that upped and disrespected you and left when you got into the predicament that you're in now. That's a God way. Like, God has humbled me in every different type of way, and that's one of them type of humbling experiences. Like, when you put a certain amount of value on something that don't deserve that much value, and God will show you, like, tread lightly, my sister, tread lightly. So that was just ironic. But and I remember it was just so crazy because remember I told you that Kitty was very, like, I don't know if I say it, but yeah, she was overly confident, like, where she should be. She's a beautiful girl, but I felt like in a way she felt like she maybe looked better than me or something, even though I was never in competition with her, or even though she never really made me feel that way. But just those comments I could never get out my head. Like, the comments that she had said to me when we were arguing, I just made me feel like somebody who felt like, not that they were in competition with me, but that they were better than me in a way. So that has shifted. Now as me and Kitty's like interacting and, you know, talking again here and there, every time like I get around and stuff, she's all like, oh my God, like, you're just so like voluptuous and you're so beautiful. You're just like a queen. Like, she was always complimenting me and like, and then always downing herself, like, oh, like, I can't believe, like, I can't get my weight back. This is just so crazy. And, you know, like, I'm so sick. I don't know if, like, how this is going to affect me the rest of my life. Like, I felt for her because, you know, no one wants to deal with a sickness that's going to deplete you and freaking dry you up like a prune. Like, I was depressed and it did that to me. So, and I'm not saying that you can help depression, but depression is a lot more easier to deal with than something that's like a chronic disease. You know what I'm saying? That's happening inside your body. That's hereditary. That really doesn't have a cure, but like, you know, it's going to weigh on you. It's so different. So I was kind of trying to support her with that, but it just always still made me a little uncomfortable when she would like always just make comments about how I looked. Cause I just felt like I don't want her, like, I don't know if I rathered her being the friend that thought she was better than me, because I just didn't want her to become the friend that was now insecure and competing with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want that to transition to that. Like, so I kind of was like, okay, like, always, like, every time she gave me compliments, I was like, oh, thank you, whatever, like, whatever. Like I remember one time I was at her house, I filmed this video right here. And like, you could hear her in the background, like, oh my God, like, I just can't believe you got this steak and you're so beautiful and oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she kept apologizing for the argument we had. And I kept having to tell her one day, like, girl, stop saying sorry. Like, we're good. Like, we We're not where we were. We're not where we were. Of course, I still never played her close, because in the back of my head I always felt like, okay, you're still Trini's friend, so there's certain stuff I'm not gonna share with you or be too detailed with you, right? And that ends up coming up in the story. This story is long, but it's almost done, because I feel like one more thing happened and then we just never were friends again. So I'm about to get to that now, right? So yeah, me and her went out a few times. We hung out. So my birthday was coming up and I was having a birthday dinner, and I just thought it was right that I invited her, because me and her had started getting close again. By this time, Kitty had ended up moving to Florida from New York, because she needed like help with, like, you know, to get healthy again, and she couldn't do it while she was out here because she wasn't really in the best situation with her situation. Like, her situation and her relationship ended up turning, literally she was walking in my shoes. You see how God, you see, it's so crazy, because I'm just sitting back thinking about the story, and I'm just like, you see how God will set a table for you in front of your enemies? Because how ironic that the same shit that she couldn't resonate with me, that she like disregarded my feelings, my emotions, what I was going through, and she ended up going through basically the same thing, and she had to move away. She had to move to Florida. And then she went and got her health back together, right? So while she in Florida, she recouping, me and her communicating every day. Like, I'm telling you, me and her are talking every single day. And then so I wanted her to come down to, well, she been wanted to come to New York, because there was a boy that she, you know, was like getting close to, whatever, again, and she wanted to come down here and see him. And then she was like, oh, you know, I might as well come to New York for your birthday. I was like, yeah, come. So every week I'm asking her, like, Kitty, are you coming? Are you coming for my birthday? Like, just making sure she's coming, because I really want her to come out. Because at that time, you know, even though me and her had our situation, she just felt like the closest friend I had at the time. And then I remember I really had respected her, because I don't know if she did this to get back in my good graces, but y'all remember Big Back, right? Big Back from this story time. Well, basically, like, Big Back and her had ended up meeting one time, I had took her to Big Back party with me, basically, years ago, when me, her, and my boyfriend were friends and stuff. We had all went. So her and Big Back had each other on Instagram. So when me and her became back friends, and I told her what Big Back did to me, she had, like, you know, stuck up for me and blocked Big Back and told her about herself and stuff like that. So I don't know if she did that to get back in my good graces, but I guess that's why I kind of started like being more closer to her and talking to her every day, because I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, after all that, how was y'all cool? I just felt like, you know, when somebody does something like Sapphire from Baddies, like when she left Sukiyana hanging, then she came back and threw Mariah in the water for just to show her loyalty, even though she didn't have to do it. It was kind of like that. So as it's getting closer and closer to the day of my birthday in vet, I keep like pressuring Kitty, and I should have never done that, because I just feel like now where I'm at now, I know that if somebody wants to do something, they're gonna do it. You're not gonna have to pressure them, ask them, keep reminding them, nothing. At that point, I just wanted my friend to be here. At that point, I felt like me and her built a friendship again. We came from like at that point, I used to trauma bond a lot with people. I used to be like, oh, you know, we went through this trauma together and we back strong and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's where I was with it. Even though I would never do that again, but I was kind of like pressuring her to come. But she also expressed that she wanted to come, you know what I'm saying? So at one point, I ended up asking her, like, why aren't you buying your ticket? So I realized it was a money situation. I didn't think that Kitty had a money situation, because I'm gonna just be honest, when me and her became friends again, I had noticed that since, I don't know when she started it, but she had an OnlyFans. I never subscribed to it. I never asked her about it. It wasn't none of my business. I didn't have an OnlyFans, even though a lot of people swear to God that I do. I've never had one. I don't have anything against anyone who has an OnlyFans. Y'all, I'm a person where I don't judge anybody for anything they do. I feel like anybody who goes out and put themselves forward in any capacity, to do something, go and do it. I have respect for that, because you could just sit at home and do nothing and make no money. Would I do OnlyFans? If we were in a society where that's all people would focus on, like outside of your craft, yeah, I would do OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, if I do OnlyFans, then me being a designer, right now when people go to my page, just because they see me maybe twerking a little bit in my little swimsuits having fun, they reduce me to just some whore. Remember when he called me a harlot? He's not the first one, he's not the only one, he's not the last one. A lot of people just reduce you to just smaller shit. Even if you work hard to build something else, people would just reduce you to nothing. So that's the reason why I wouldn't do OnlyFans, because then it's like, I would never just be a designer first. I would be an OF girl first. You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, she had an OF, so I was under the assumption that I wasn't even under the, she told me she was making money from it, right? So she said she haven't posted on it since she kind of lost weight, but all her videos from earlier in the year or whatever, she still makes money from, and her subscriptions and stuff. So I didn't think it was a money issue. So when she told me it was a money issue, I'm like, well, you know, it's my birthday, so I'm planning. I like to plan up for my birthday. Like, I like to, that's the one day of the year where I get to celebrate myself, and I don't gotta rely on nobody spending on me. I'm gonna make sure I spend all my coins on myself. So I always do it up for my birthday. So I told her, like, you know, it is my birthday, I'm spending a lot of money, but you know, I can pay for one of your flights, because I wasn't even paid cash. I had a lot of like flight credit. So I was like, I could give you some of my flight credit and book your flight for you. So I didn't have enough credit for a round trip, because she wasn't coming from Miami. You know, Miami's a cheap flight. She was coming from some other place in Florida. So I think the flight was like probably like $2 something, and I paid one way to come. And I told her all she gotta do is pay her one way to go back. And she was like, all right, that's cool. So we do that. She fly down. The whole time, like before my birthday, you know, I'm a person that, I'm not one of those girls who, you come to my birthday event. If you come to my birthday event, I want to look better than you. Like, I want all my bitches to pop out, okay? If you ever step out with me, pop the fuck out, okay? Because I know I'm finna pop the fuck out, okay? So you better what? Pop the fuck out, okay? So I'm telling her and my other friends that come in like, oh yeah, you know, pop out, wear y'all stuff, you know, look nice, like don't hold back, like just come out. So I don't know if that added pressure to her. I'm not thinking that it added pressure to her, but I guess it did add some pressure to her, because then she started saying like, oh, you know, she doesn't want to come because she's not gonna have an outfit. So I'm like, girl, what do you want to wear? I hope you look for it. So we go online, we look for a dress. She ordered the dress. And then I remember last minute she was like, oh, you know, I don't have any panties to wear with it because the way the dress is, you have to wear this. So I was like, I'll buy the panties for you. Like, because she was making excuses like, I'm not gonna have the time to get it. I was like, I'll get it for you. I got the panties for her, whatever. So she comes down. Whole time I'm not getting signals that maybe it's not a money thing. Maybe she just don't want to come down. But then again, I thought she kept saying she was homesick, she missed New York, she want to come back, blah blah blah. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm trying to help my friend come down here, and I'm trying to get her here for my birthday so we can celebrate. So she comes down here and we have my birthday celebration. When I first see her, she meets me. I booked a hotel. I'm gonna drop some of my birthday pictures just because we're talking about it. Custom dress designed by moi, of course. So this right here is at the Publix Hotel in New York City. If you guys ever want to shoot at that escalator, is the Publix Hotel in New York City. So I booked a suite for the weekend there, and then I made dinner reservations. They have a restaurant in the bottom, etc. So I told her, come stay with me at the hotel, come link with me or whatever. So she was telling me like, oh, you know, she wanted to go and visit her boo, so you know, she's not really gonna stay at the hotel that night, but she's gonna come the next day. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we at the hotel together. The vibe is a little awkward. I feel like when we had more phone conversations, we were more vibey, but like when we got near each other, it felt like I was with a stranger. I felt like Kitty wasn't as comfortable around me anymore, like as she was before. I felt like ever since like she got sick, and I never took it personal because I just felt like her confidence is only going down because of what she's going through, and once she gets past that, she'll be fine. I just kept thinking that in my head. I was never taking it personal. I still don't take it personal to this day. So we get ready and stuff like that for my dinner. Everything is going good, blah blah blah. Where things go left is, remember I told y'all my ex Trini be hitting me up all the time around the time of my birthday. I don't know if he will this year. I hope the fuck not, because I'm sick of this motherfucker. Like, this motherfucker makes me want to break glass in my hands. Like, you feel me? Like, I hate people who have that type of hold on me, because I'm such a I don't give a type of person. So when people have like holds like that on me, I don't like that shit. I like to be in complete control. And Trini's just a different type of demon, girl. Like, I can contest that I'm no match for his demon. There are certain, like, that's the one thing about being a strong warrior. You have to know what you are a match for and what you aren't. That's not a demon I want to play with. No, thank you. So, Trini had hit me up, and I was still kind of like caught up in that, you know, love. So when he hit me up, I told him where I was at, and then I told her like, oh, Trini hit me up, he wants to come. And she was like, yeah, he hit me up too and asked me where we was at, all this stuff like that, like he was trying to surprise you. But I told him no, because I didn't want to ruin your night. And I'm like, why you told him no? And she's like, girl, like, you don't remember everything that happened last time. And I'm like, girl, last time when we were at the freaking our friend's party, it seemed like you were advocating for him. I was like, she was like, I wasn't advocating for y'all to get back together. I was just advocating for y'all to kind of like, you know, I guess be cool again in some way. But I'm just like, girl, that's not for you to decide. So I don't know if she felt offended by that or whatever the case may be. So he comes over, and he has a gift for me. I didn't even know all this stuff like that. I'm hype for no reason, because Trini is a motherfucker. But I was hype or whatever. He came to the hotel, whatever. I'm mad he didn't get to see me in my dress, because he took mad long to come, and y'all, I was in that dress for a few hours. I had to take it off. It was like I was walking like a little mermaid, like, you know what I'm saying? So now when he pulled up, the way they looked at each other, I would never forget that look. Like, it was so, like, you could cut the motherfucking tension with a motherfucking knife. Okay? Like, you can slice it in half. And I'm just like, I'm looking at the both of them. Like, you know when you, like, you know how they do in movies where the camera pans to each party? I'm literally camera panning to like, why y'all looking, like, why is the energy like this? Like, why, like I can't read it, but there's something there. Like, there's something going on. So she immediately, like, they didn't really even say hi to each other. Like, I can't even remember them saying hi. It was probably like one of those, like, and I'm just like, aren't y'all cool? Like, what's tea? What's going on here? Like, I'm confused now. So immediately she's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna, can I get the room key? Because I'm just gonna get my stuff, because she was basically saying that she's gonna go see her little Nikki. So I'm like, you leaving now? And she's like, yeah, your boo's here. Like, why would you want me to stay? And I'm just like, there's a bar upstairs. We can all go to the bar, you know, drink. You know, the night is not over. At that time, it was only 11 o'clock. It wasn't that late. So I was like, I thought you were going to stay, like, at least for a little bit. And she was just like, no, because I got to take the train to Brooklyn, because at that time we was in the city or whatever. So I didn't want to force her to stay, so I let her go. So the next day, or whatever the case may be, remember, she's only in New York for a few days. I call her to ask her if she's going to come and stay at the hotel, because I'm staying there one more night. So she's like, oh, she's going to come. The whole day, I'm around the city. I'm shopping, because now it's the day of my birthday. Latte, I'm recording. Yo, this boy's over here having intercourse with the goddamn teddy bear while I'm recording. This is so... Y'all hear his heavy breathing? This is so uncouth, Latte. What's wrong with you? Take that somewhere else. Yo, he's so... Like, why did I get a boy? Like, and it's, I want boys. Like, when I have babies, I'm gonna accept anything God gives me, but I really want to be a boy mom. And people be like, it's so weird because I'm girly. But I think girly moms make the best boy moms. Because I'm gonna allow my son to be like a boy. I don't know. It makes sense for me. I don't know. But nevertheless, like, I don't mind raising a household of boys. Like, I don't mind. I would clean after them and everything. Cuss them out, all that. I'm joking. But, yeah, I would love to have some boys. But nevertheless, because, you know, they're annoying, though. Why I keep saying, I keep intermentioning, like, my battery's down. Let me change this so I can finish the rest of the story, because I think we're at, like, 2 hours now. So, 1 second. So yeah, I'm shopping around all day in the city or whatever the case may be, and I'm waiting for Kitty to come, and Kitty does not come. Like, the whole day she was giving me the runaround. Like, she did not come. Like, I literally was trying to go to this other spot, this other club, and she did not come. I don't know where she stayed. I guess she was with her boo, whatever. Cool, whatever. I wasn't even mad at that. I just felt like, girl, you could have just told me you weren't coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have stopped hitting you up earlier in the day, because I'm a person like nothing's bigger than the program. The program will still go on. Like, all you gotta say is you're not coming. But at that point in time, I felt like maybe I was putting a little more pressure on her, but that's not something I do anymore in life anyways. Like, whatever. Now I check out from the hotel, I go home. Trini takes me home, whatever the case may be. And it wasn't like he was there the following day. I only had ended up inviting him that second night again, because Kitty never came back. So I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm just go out with Trini. He wants to go out anyways. One thing Trini knew how to do is have fun, party, go out. That's one thing I hated about Trini. Like, he was so exciting. Like, he brings out the excitement in my life. Like, I feel like I was always like vibrant and exciting. But, like, he brings out the, like, in me. Like, I love it. Like, hate him. So, I had a good time with Trini. So, nevertheless, I get home, and she hits me up. Mind you, this is her last day in New York. So, no, it's not. It's her second to last day. The next day is her last day. The next day after that. So, she hits me up, like, oh, are you back home yet? Or whatever. I'm leaving. Like, I guess the boo she was with, house or whatever, some guy she was with on and off for years or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, right, come over, come through. Mind you, her and that guy had mad negative situations, and I never, like, me and Kitty was friends. She had different situations with different guys, and I never judged her about it, never attacked her about it, let her vent to me about it. And I think that was much more of my disdain with her, was that girl. Like, I only feel like our relationship was broken because you were friends with him, because me and you we walked similar journeys. That's why we trauma bonded so much. But you just had such a negative outlook on my situation with my guy, and I never gave you that energy when it came to your situations. That's just how I felt. That's just a sidebar. So she asked me, like, oh, are you still with Trini? I'm like, nah, he dropped me off. I'm home now, whatever the case may be. So she's like, okay, she's going to come over. So she comes over. She brings me, she got some stuff from Target for me and my dog Latte, or whatever the case may be. I had got her a little Christmas gift too. I gave it to her. And we chilling, or whatever the case may be, whatever. And then I was just like, what's wrong? Like, you're mad quiet. You're mad, like, standoffish. And it's like, it's a little off or whatever. And then she was just like, oh, it's nothing. It's just kind of like, I feel like if you were going to, like, invite Trini, then, you know, you really didn't need to invite me. And she just don't want to be in the middle of things. And I'm just so confused. I'm just like, why is this always about Trini? Like, why is this always about Trini? Oh, because one minute you're not with him, next minute you're with him. You're the one who's confused, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, girl, like, as my friend, you shouldn't be making me feel bad about being in a position of, like, confusion and whatever. Like, I would rather you just say, girl, don't come to me more about none of this shit. I don't want to hear no more, than to make me feel bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like your cup is clean, bro. You know what I'm saying? So me and her kind of get into a little back and forth, and I'm just like, girl, like, you came here, yeah, you came to my birthday dinner that first night, but I haven't even seen you. Like, you spent the past 2 days with somebody else and all this stuff like that. And it's kind of like, it just felt like, girl, I helped you get here. So the least you could have did was spend some time with me. And she kept making it seem like, oh, because I'm with Trini. And I'm like, girl, if you didn't want to be around Trini, I wasn't going to force you to be. Trini was imposing on my plans. I would have told, if you showed up for what we had going on, I would have kicked him to the curb. You get what I'm saying? Like, you had already told me the first night of my dinner, you already told me you wasn't spending the night. So when he hit me up to surprise me, I allowed it. Had you say you were going to spend the night, I would have told Trini, I have plans with my girlfriends. Catch me tomorrow. The next day, I spent the whole day shopping by myself in the city. I wasn't with nobody. I was going around. You know how it was your birthday, so different companies give you gifts and perks. I was going around to every store using my stuff, eating, shopping on Sephora, whatever, waiting for us to go ice skating, and you never showed up. So Trini ended up hitting me up, and he came ice skating with me, and then we went out to the club. You were not showing up, so you can't blame it on a Trini thing. So now me and her is going back and forth, and then she was just like, it was just kind of like, we didn't argue, but it was awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just mad awkward. So that night she was supposed to spend it at my house, but she ended up saying that miraculously she was gonna go somewhere to see somebody. I don't know, because she lied a lot, and it's her business. Like, she didn't have to tell me where she was going, but she didn't say. And when she got back to Florida, like, me and her like texted like every now and again. Like, literally the text, like, we went from talking every day, and then we was just saying, hey, what's up, how you doing, for like the next, like, every couple of days, until I don't know who stopped texting who, but one day we just stopped texting each other. And then after a couple of months of us not even texting anymore, and then I realized that she wasn't even really watching my stories, and I'm not really a story watcher, so I'll see a story once in a while. And then she wasn't really liking my stuff when I was posting it. She wasn't really even posting because, you know, she was with her situation. So I unfollowed, I blocked, unfollowed her. Like, you know, you make people unfollow you. Like, I'm just like, we don't, if this is what it is, then it is what it is. I don't even want it to keep lingering. And I blocked and unfollowed her, and then she never followed me back. She never wrote me to see what was up. I never wrote her, and it's just been that way since then. Like, we never had like a closing. Like, there was never a, like, it wasn't like, hey, like, we're not friends anymore, and it wasn't like, hey, like, we're good, we're moving forward. It was just like that. And to this day, I don't know, like, I can't tell you about Kitty. Like, I can't tell you how I feel. Like, I can tell you how I feel. Like, I just feel like maybe there's something that was going on between Kitty and Trini that I didn't know about, that was weighing on her and I being friends. And maybe they had some type of pact to keep it on a lockdown, and they did. But it probably took a strain on them. Like, I'm saying that calmly now because I'm not in a situation anymore, so there's nothing for me to be upset about. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. It's just something I can speculate. I know y'all gonna drop your point of view in the comments. I know y'all gonna say what y'all think with y'all chest, but I feel like the only reason why I still have a soft spot, even just recounting everything that happened between me and Kitty, even the possibility of her and Trini possibly having something before, during, after, who knows? I don't know, because I don't trust people anymore. Like, nothing upsets me anymore because I go into every situation with no trust. No trust. I don't trust you. You have to earn that. And even when you earn it, I'm still not going to trust you. So stuff don't really upset me or surprise me anymore. The new me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. What can I say about the situation? I still like Kitty as a person. I feel like in another lifetime we were probably soul sisters. Like, literally. But this shit is weird. Like, the way our friendship went, the way it ended, everything was weird about it. And I just really wish I had better, like, friendship experiences. I ain't gonna lie now. Like, in my recent years, at least even the past year, I've met way better friends. I've met way better friends. I've gotten a chance to interact with way better people. Not only them being better, but them even changing me to respond better to people. And, you know, like, just, I feel poured into. Like, I'm in friendships now that aren't one-sided, don't feel like there's some secrets, don't feel like there's weird shit. Like, I'm in friendships that really feel two-lane, healthy, productive. And I just feel like Kitty was just another line in my friendships that just some weird shit, bro. Like, I don't even know what to say about it, because I feel like there's only two ways. Like, what way can I feel? Can I sit here and be like, girl, were you possibly doing something with him? That's why all this shit was going on. Do I speculate? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and go fucking batshit crazy or crash out over some shit. I'm not with Trini anymore. No, I would, as much as y'all see me blush when I say his name, I would never fuck with him again, ever in my life. I don't care how much I'm blushing. I don't care, because I love me that much. I love me that much. The love that I have for myself this very present day will never, nothing could ever trump it again. So that's the reason why I can say that with my whole chest. Two things can be true. I can still have love for someone and still choose me. Ask me a couple of years ago, I would have chose him over me, and never again. I'm not choosing nobody over me. Maybe Latte and my mom. I don't choose anybody over me, Latte and my mom. But it may be some of my family, my brother and my sister. They're annoying asses, but nevertheless, what I was gonna say, yeah. So yeah, that's the story. Fast forward, I don't know how Kitty's doing. I don't check up on her. I don't monitor her. We're not in each other's lives. It is what it is. Do I think if I run into Kitty again, she would speak to me? I do think she would speak to me. Do I think I would speak to her? I don't think I would diss her or give her like any bad negative ways like I have done people who've tried to talk to me in the past. But I would not befriend her again the way I did the second time. Of course not. Look at who I am now. But that's the story between us, y'all. This has been a long ass story, because I started off ranting about Clingy, then I went into the Kitty situation that had different components to it. I know y'all like the long stories, but I am winded. Like, I'm really tired. There's certain things I didn't get to talk to y'all about, and I definitely didn't finish my nails. I only got like 7 nails done, and I'm about to have to get ready to leave, so I'm gonna save all that sewing stuff for when I get back. I'll probably do another video with y'all when I finish the red top coat. I'm gonna take this with me because I'm gonna drop it off on my way leaving. And yeah, what I wanted to talk to you about, oh yeah, we are still on the road to 5K. Okay, right now I think we're on, last time I checked, we're like 4,700 type of thing. So 300 or so subscribers to go, and your girl is finna send out them gift packages to my 5 lucky winners. And there's still opportunities to win. Right now there are only 3 confirmed slots. There are 3 subscribers that are definitely getting gift packages for the 5K win. And I'm looking to fill in 2 more spots. So even if you're a new subscriber, as long as I see you engaging, interacting, enjoying the content, I have you all listed, and the 5K is not going to be the only prize I'm going to have, and I'm not going to wait until 10K to give another prize. I do plan on maybe doing something for Christmas and New Year's. Not even maybe, I do plan. And I also plan on doing like major holidays like Valentine's Day, or even like just different stuff with my brand. I just feel like I need to give back, because I feel like you guys have been pouring into me, and I feel like y'all already know I'm a two-way person. I like when people are pouring into each other. So I would never want to sit here and rant to y'all and drain y'all and have y'all listening to me for hours on hours, and I don't have anything else to give back to y'all. So I definitely want to give something back. So my Haras dolls, I'm gonna hook y'all this hook it period. So a lot of y'all will be in Deharasnyc soon, as well as some other stuff that I have already bought, because I already bought a lot of the 5K stuff for the gift box. I think I have like 3 more items I want to buy and put in there, and then like 2 more decoration items, and that's it. But it's cute. What else I wanted to say? I already told y'all to shop.deharasnyc.com. For everybody who has visited the website, thank you. Even though you didn't buy anything, I appreciate you guys just going there and giving me some traffic. And a lot of y'all have been inquiring about like plus size lines and corporate lines and different type of fashions. And y'all, I am going to work. I really want to come out with like, oh, I have this poppin' sweatsuit idea I want to do. I know that's cliche, everybody do the sweatsuits, but I haven't tapped into merch yet, so I want to tap into some merch along with my customs. And what else I want to update y'all on? I want to update y'all anything? Nah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for just listening to me, because even with the recent negativity I've been experiencing, not just with Clingy and that other thing, I've been receiving a lot of negativity, and I just feel like, I remember I was telling my brother, like, with all that stuff, that negativity I've been kind of receiving, it don't trump all the love. The love is massive. It's motherfucking massive. So just giving me the opportunity to feel that way, to feel like, yo, I can put the pros and cons on a list. Like, I used to be able to put pros and cons, and the cons will always outweigh the pro, and it will shy me away from going towards a goal. But y'all have made my pro list so motherfucking long that the cons, minorate them. That's how you say it? Minorate them. Like, it's oblivion. It don't even compare. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, if it wasn't for y'all, I would not be able to feel that way. So, thank you for always pouring into me. Thank you for not judging me. Thank you for loving me regardless. Thank you for understanding what I've been through and resonating and dropping y'all own stories. I be reading a lot of y'all stories, and I'm like, God damn, I need to start telling some of y'all stories. I feel like maybe I'm gonna do something like how, you know, I know a lot of y'all watch one of my favorite story time tellers, Simone. So Life with Simone, she does like subby Sundays sometimes. So maybe not yet, but soon I'll probably start, like, maybe not a subby Sunday, but something similar where maybe y'all could come on and tell y'all stories, or I can tell y'all stories for y'all, or we can have like an interview thing where I'm asking you questions about your stories and y'all telling me about your stories. It's just something cool and different, but we'll figure it out. Also, last thing I want to say before my camera dies, Vlogmas. Okay, I'm doing it this year, even though my birthday is that same month, and I'm literally going to be swamped, and I'm not going to be able to promise y'all 25 days, but I'm going to be able to promise y'all, damn, my phone is over there, but I'm going to see how many business days, but I'm going to be posting all the business days of the month of December, and I cannot promise y'all 2-hour, 3-hour long videos for each of those days. Because I'd be lying, okay? But I do promise at least an hour, 5 days a week. No, 3 or 4 days. Listen, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. But what I want to tell y'all is, drop it down in the comments about some Vlogmas stuff that y'all want me to do with y'all. So I'm definitely gonna do some Vlogmas story times, of course. I'm gonna do some Vlogmas fashion stuff, like designing some Christmas stuff, maybe. Not maybe, I'm gonna do that. And some Vlogmas actual vlogs of me maybe out in the city in New York, so you guys can actually see me in my hometown, like, because I'd be hiding in the cut. But yeah, so that's what's coming up next. So I don't know what my next video is gonna be. I'm definitely gonna tap back into the business videos. I did not forget about those, and the girl chats. I really want to get up on my girl chats. I don't care if y'all don't be watching them, because I be having a lot of girl chats, because I feel like I be giving y'all girl chats in the story times. That's why the story times be so long. And I want to be able to have like direct conversations about certain topics and actually like pin them down and tackle them. So yeah, I'm done ranting. If you made it to the end, drop a y'all couldn't find the last emoji, drop a white heart, because I always leave y'all white hearts because it's always heart time a million for my Haras dolls. And if you're not going to do what, anything else, like, comment, and subscribe, of course. I know, but if you're not going to do that, or if you already did that, or whatever, if you're not going to do anything else, y'all, make sure you ignore the negative energy coming your way, because I'm still working on doing that. I should never cuss them people out. Even though I find it funny, it doesn't mean that I stand by my actions. I should have ignored them. So do not follow in my footsteps. Ignore them blackly. And make sure you pour into yourself. Pour into your motherfucking self. Don't pour into anybody else that does not serve you. Pour into those who are pouring into you. And most importantly, pour into yourself. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.